It's time for Arkansas Travelers Baseball. Brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Now, let's head to the ballpark for the ITT Tech pregame show. Here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Live from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Arkansas Traveler Baseball is on the air. Well, hello again, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to Driller Stadium here in Tulsa, at the corner of 15th and Yale, as tonight minor league baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the Tulsa Drillers in Game 5 of a 5-game series. Drillers have taken 3 of the first 4 games of this series, including a disappointing 6-5 victory over the Travelers last night. Travs took a two-run lead going into the 8th inning. James Holcomb delivering 7 very strong innings. Travs tacked on a couple of runs in the 6th and 7th. Had a 5-3 lead going into the 8th, with Bill Edwards unable to hold it. Joe Gaetti knocked in 2 with a double to tie the game. Chris Iannetta's double to the right field corner just inside the foul line proved to be the game-winning hit. And the Travs fall to a 6-5 decision of the Tulsa Drillers. And now Arkansas, in 9 meetings against the Drillers, have lost 8 games. Travs entered this game with a record of 14-22 and in last place in the Texas League North Division. For the first time this year, the Travs are in last, and they're actually in last place by a full game. Wichita earlier today won their 4th straight game over Springfield, 11-5, and so the Cardinals dropped 4 in a row. Tulsa right now just a game and a half back in the North Division. The Drillers at 20-17 could pull within 1 full game with a victory today over the Travs. Taking a look at the starting pitching matchup, right-hander Rafael Rodríguez for Arkansas, making his 5th appearance, record of 0-1 and an ERA at 10.31. Juan Morillo opposing Rodríguez. Morillo, who gets a fastball up into the high 90s, has gone 3-2 in 7 starts with the league's 8th lowest ERA, 3.41. I'm Phil Elson, and thanks for tuning in here to Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE and the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Earnings potential can increase with higher education, and you can chart a new career path right now with the help of an ITT Technical Institute program of study. If you want to learn more, just go online to ITT's website, which is itt-tech.edu. Plenty more left to go on the ITT Tech pregame show, including yesterday's scores. 2 finals already today across the Texas League. We'll have the Southwest Airlines Texas League scoreboard right after this on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headaches, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Welcome back to Driller Stadium here in Tulsa. First pitch set for about 15 minutes. You're listening to the ITT Tech pregame show. Travelers taking on the Tulsa Drillers in Game 5 of this 5-game series. And Arkansas trying to get out of here with just a couple of wins over the 5-game set. Two games have already been completed across the Texas League. Springfield and Wichita finished off their 5-game set, and Wichita won the last 4 games. They beat Springfield 11-5 this afternoon, with Donnie Murphy connecting on his 5th home run, collecting 3 base hits. Junior Herndon won for the 3rd time, defeating Chris Lambert, former first-round pick of the Cardinals. Lambert falls to 2-4 with a 5.89 ERA. Springfield still in first place, 21 wins, 15 losses, but they dropped to a game and a half over Tulsa. Wichita pulls within 6 games, and the Travelers right now 7 games out, but Arkansas in last place. San Antonio hosted Frisco today to wrap up their 5-game set. The Mission carried a 2-0 lead into the 9th inning, but Frisco rallies and scores 3 runs, and the Rough Riders pull out the victory 3-2. Dennis Touche picked up the win while John Huber blew the save and took the loss. Wes Littleton saved it for Frisco, his 2nd of the year. San Antonio got a homer from Jason Bourgeois. It was his 1st of the season. And later tonight in the Texas League, starting at 7:05, Midland and Corpus Christi wrapping up their series. The Hooks trying for the 5-game sweep. Corpus has won 7 straight and have taken a 3.5-game lead over second-place Midland in the South Division. Frisco coming in 4.5 games out, and San Antonio right now 8.5 games out of first place. We'll keep you updated on the score in Corpus Christi with Midland and the Hooks doing battle in the final game of that 5-game series on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard as we get through our broadcast today. Now for a look at some news from the Angels organization, the AgPro Farm Report brought to you by AgPro Central Arkansas, located in Pine Bluff, Maumelle, Stuttgart, and England. The Angels off yesterday, Anaheim beginning a 3-game set with the Toronto Blue Jays today. Irvin Santana will tow the rubber for the Halos. Santana trying to pitch the Angels to get out of a quick 2-game losing streak. They dropped 2 in a row at Seattle last time out. Angels are 16-22, residing in last place in the American League West, 4.5 games out of first, and just half a game out of third behind Seattle. Meanwhile, AAA Salt Lake was shut out yesterday 6-0 by the Cubs AAA affiliate, the Iowa Cubs. Only 3 base hits collected by Salt Lake as they take that loss. Rancho Cucamonga yesterday also a loser, 4-2 at the hands of the San Jose Giants. The losing pitcher for the Quakes, Rodriguez, Fernando Rodriguez, allowing 3 runs on 8 hits in 6 1/3 innings. The big news for the Angels system came out of Cedar Rapids yesterday, in fact, Clinton, Iowa, where the Rapids were a loser 18-14 at the hands of the Clinton Lumberjacks. Check out the days put up by right fielder of the Colonels, Jordan Wren. Wren, who just the day before was named Midwest League Player of the Week, collected a Midwest League record 10 runs batted in. He finished 4 for 5 with a double, 2 2-run homers, and a grand slam. So Wren, it was 4 for 5 with 4 runs scored and a Midwest League record, 10 runs batted in, and still the Colonels found a way to lose anyway, losing 18-14 to Clinton. That game lasted 3 hours and 48 minutes, which did not include a 1 hour and 39-minute rain delay. And the biggest day in the history of the Midwest League as far as RBIs are concerned, a probable future Traveler, Jordan Wren, a former 4th-round pick right out of high school here in Tulsa. He played for Union High School here in the Oil City. Union High picked up a state championship yesterday, defeating the #1 ranked team in the country, Owasso High, which is a suburb right outside of Tulsa. So a pretty big day for Union High School here in Tulsa as they win the state championship yesterday. And one of their top products, Jordan Wren, the right fielder for Cedar Rapids, collects a Midwest League record 10 runs batted in. Just an incredible day for one player. That's the AgPro Farm Report. News from the Angels organization brought to you by AgPro of Central Arkansas. They're proud to feature John Deere products. In fact, you can sign up for a demo of some of John Deere's best equipment at AgPro's website, agprocompanies.com. The Travs and the Drillers getting set to wrap up this 5-game series at Driller Stadium. Drillers at 20 wins and 17 losses. The Travelers are 14-22. We'll give you the starting lineup next on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because 2 great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and FCC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewATT.com. Introducing the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories. Hey, nobody said quitting smoking was easy, but others have done it, and you can too, with help from the SOS Quit line, 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the help you need to kick the tobacco habit. It's free, and it's free of nagging and preaching too. So call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and get the help you need. What have you got to lose, besides the most dangerous habit you've ever had? 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Call now. We are Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, North Little Rock.
They're running through the starting lineup here at Driller Stadium, so we should do the same for you. Phil Elson with you here on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, with a reminder that the Travs are back in town for a 5-game series starting tomorrow against the first-place Springfield Cardinals. Although they are reeling, dropping the last 4 games, Cardinals still in first by a game and a half over Tulsa. Look for a discount ticket anywhere Ready Ice is sold for tomorrow's game. That'll be most Pulaski County Shell or Exxon stations. Petit Jean Family Discount Night Thursday. Get a $3 general admission ticket, just bringing a proof of purchase for any Petit Jean meat to the ballpark. Vladimir Guerrero figurines to the first 1,000 paid adults on Friday. That'll also be Reese's Really Nuts Night, most passionate fan contest, and a peanut throwing contest. Saturday, replica jerseys to the first 1,000 paid kids, courtesy of Milk, 3 a day, and KATV. Then on Sunday, 2006 Travelers team photos to the first 1,500 families, courtesy of Lando Frost. Big weekend of baseball at Ravender Field. Find out more information, just go online to Travs.com. Call us up at 664-1555. Here's the starting lineup for the homestanding Tulsa Drillers with a record of 20-17. The AA affiliate of the Colorado Rockies, managed by Stu Cole. Troy Tulowitzki leading off, playing shortstop. Batting second is the right fielder Seth Smith, while the designated hitter Joe Gaetti bats in the 3 spot. Cleaning up, third baseman Ian Stewart. It'll be Chris Iannetta batting fifth and catching. In the 6th spot, the first baseman Joe Koshansky. Jordan Zarnicki bats 7th. He'll play center field. 8-hitter is left fielder Judd Thigpen, and Doug Bernier rounds out the starting 9 for the Drillers. Bernier is normally a shortstop, will play second base today. Travelers are 14-22 and residing in last place in the Texas League North. 7 games out of first behind Springfield. Manager Tyrone Boykin has Dwayne Bacon leading off, playing center field. Aaron Teal, after getting the day off yesterday, is back in his customary 2 spot and playing left. Shortstop Brandon Wood hitting third, with Matt Brown cleaning up and playing third base. On an 11-game hit streak, Greg Porter in the 5 spot, playing first base. Catcher Bobby Wilson in the 6 hole, with Jason Espedo, the designated hitter, batting 7th. Hitting 8th, right fielder Matt Pauley, and Devin Day rounds up the starting 9. Day will be at second base. Pitching matchup for this ball game, we got a couple of hard-throwing prospects. For the Drillers, it is Juan Morillo, who gets a fastball up into the mid-90s, throw a slider and a changeup as well. He's made 7 starts, winning 3, dropping 2, and has a 3.41 ERA. Picked up a victory against the Travelers at Ravender Field April 18th, beating them 5-1, holding Arkansas to 3 hits over 5 scoreless innings. It was one of his better starts of the year. Meanwhile, it's Rafael Rodríguez for the Arkansas Travelers. Just as Murillo, Rafael from the Dominican Republic. He's making his 5th start with Arkansas after going 3-0 at Rancho Cucamonga. He is 0-1 with the Travs with a 10.31 ERA. It'll be his first appearance against the Drillers this season. Our umpire crew for today's baseball game. Behind the plate is the crew chief, Arnold Horshak. Vinny Barbarino calls the outs at third. And at first base is Juan Epstein. We'll have the scores from around the major leagues coming up next on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Apollo 13. Great films known for their award-winning special effects. To create the magic, Hollywood hires companies like Industrial Light and Magic.
Industrial Light and Magic hires imaginative people like Aaron Fowl. Before he was a master of special effects, he was a media communications student at Webster University in St. Louis, where his talent took off. Today, he inspires the imagination at DreamWorks FKG. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard credit card. Cash back, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For a limited time, we'll give you 1,000 rewards points, and you'll get a low 2.9% annual percentage rate on qualifying purchases. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at afcu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Welcome back to Driller Stadium as Tulsa is about to take the field over the next couple of minutes. We'll go through the scores across the major leagues quickly on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. American League games with the Red Sox getting a couple of solo homers in the second from Manny Ramirez and Trot Nixon. 2-0 both Sox at Baltimore in the third. Bottom of the third inning at Cleveland with Kansas City riding a 3-2 lead. All 3 runs for the Royals came in the first. Casey Blake his 7th home run for the slumping Indians. Bottom of the third in Detroit, Minnesota out to a 3-0 lead. The Yankees already getting trounced by Texas 9-0. Rangers scored 7 runs in the second inning. Hank Blaylock, the former driller, hit his 8th home run. Again, it's 9-0 Texas in the second inning. White Sox trailing Tampa Bay 2-1 in the third. Wigginton and Hall have homered for the Devil Rays. And in the National League, it's the Marlins over the Braves 1-0. All the other games are about to start. We're going to take our final break of the pregame show as they're about to sing the Star Spangled Banner here at Driller Stadium. First pitch coming up next on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
10. On June 10th, that's when the Indy Racing League returns to Texas Motor Speedway for the Bombardier Learjet 500 under the lights for the 10th consecutive season. Reserve your seats now to see your favorite drivers go wheel to wheel around the 1.5-mile oval with speeds over 200 miles per hour. Be there to see if it'll be another amazing finish like this one from 2003.
It looks like Canaan by a nose. Now Hunter pulls up even as they enter turn number 3. So this is it, the final shootout. Twin checkers in the hand of Brian Howard. It looks like Allinger Jr.'s got the edge. He will take the checkered flag. Allinger Jr. has won at Texas Motor Speedway.
Could it be Dan Weldon, Tony Kanaan, Sam Hornet Jr., or Danica Patrick in victory lane at the Bombardier Learjet 500 on June 10th? Get your seats now by calling 817-215-8500 or visiting TexasMotorspeedway.com. Texas Motor Speedway, celebrating 10 years strong. You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Time to play baseball here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Travelers trying to get out of Driller Stadium with at least 2 victories. They picked up a victory in the second game of Saturday night's doubleheader before losing 10-1 on Sunday. Yesterday's loss much tougher for the Travs to take as they carried a 2-run lead into the 8th and ended up losing by a final of 6-5. One note for the Travs, there has been a roster move made today. Bobby Zimmerman placed on the disabled list with inflammation in his right shoulder. Hasn't pitched in over a week, and Zimmerman has been replaced by a pitcher from Rancho Cucamonga by the name of Miguel Gonzalez. Gonzalez, who is very effective out of the bullpen in Rancho Cucamonga, is a right-hander from Mexico, making his home in San Fernando, California these days. Only 21 years old, and in his second professional season, Gonzalez was a non-drafted free agent signed by the Angels in December of 2004. And with the Quakes this year in 14 games, all out of the pen, he was 1-0 with 1 save and a minuscule 171 ERA. Batters only hit 173 against Gonzalez. struck out 24, walked just 2, and allowed 17 hits in 26 1/3 innings. Reports on Gonzalez say he does not have an outstanding arm, but he is able to get out. Doesn't throw very hard, but he's around the strike zone and especially low in the strike zone and gets a lot of ground ball outs and seems to work out of some jams. So the Travelers do have a new arm in that bullpen. Of course, the bullpen has been a key struggle for the Travs during the early part of the 2006 season, and with losing Zimmerman to the injury, and now Alan Buckley may be put on the disabled list sometime soon with a sore back. He's been having some real trouble with the back recently, so the Travelers have made that move. Gonzalez is available out of the bullpen today. But first, the Travs have to score some runs, and they'll go up against Juan Morillo, hard-throwing right-hander, with the first pitch of the day to Dwayne Bacon. A called strike, 7:05 first pitch, 72 degrees at game time. And it is an 0-1 count on Bacon, a switch hitter batting left-handed. Swings at the pitch and pops it back this way. It's out of play, strike 2. Bacon, hitting .216 with 3 home runs and 9 batted in, is having a tough time at the plate this series, 1 for 17. Morillo, a strikeout pitcher, comes to the plate, and Bacon stays alive with a foul ball over the roof, and it's still an 0-2 count. Wind coming from the north-northwest at 12 miles an hour, blowing in from left center field slightly, 73 degrees. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Bacon swings and misses at a high fastball and strikes out. So Juan Morillo collects a strikeout, his 31st of the season in 32 innings. His ERA at 3.41 is the 8th lowest in the Texas League. 27 hits allowed. Teams hit only .235 against him. He has walked 16 against those 31 strikeouts and tossed 4 wild pitches. Aaron Peel stands in. Morillo delivers inside for ball 1. There was a check swing, and the first base umpire Epstein says he didn't go. So it's 1-0 on Peel. Morillo, standing 6'1", weighs 160 pounds, or at least he was when he was signed. Here's a 1-0, and Peel is hit by the pitch. Check swing, and got that elbow closer to the plate, and Peel will take his base, getting hit for the team high 6 times. Morillo, while he's walked 16, that's the 4th man he's hit this season, so the Travelers' first base runner comes on an ouch. That'll bring up Brandon Wood. Morillo these days listed at 215 pounds, so he has gained 55 pounds since he was signed as a 16-year-old in the Dominican Republic. Pitch to Wood, he swings and misses at a fastball down and in, strike 1. Wood hitting .271, team leading 8 homers, team leading 29 RBIs. Tied for second in the league with a 29 ribbies, and third with the 8 home runs. Peel off of first. Here's a pitch up high, 1 ball, 1 strike on Wood. Matt Brown on deck. We are just underway in the top of the first, and the Travs have a base runner, Aaron Peel, after getting hit by a pitch. Morillo, 7 and 8 last year between 2 stops in the organization of the Rockies. Throws over to first base, and diving back is Peel. Juan won his first decision of the year on April the 8th, striking out 7 Wichita Wranglers in 5 shutout innings. High set position, and a pitch to Wood, swing and a miss. Another high fastball blown by him, strike 2. 1-2 to count on Wood. Morillo coming off a very odd kind of a start 5 days ago. He lasted just 2/3 of an inning in a 6-5 loss to Midland. He got a no decision in the game. He is ready, and the 1-2 to Wood. Swing and a miss, a fastball, and Morillo has struck out 2 of the first 3 batters he's faced with almost nothing but heat. So Wood strikes out, 47th strikeout for him this year, and that'll bring up Matt Brown. Wood had struck out twice against Morillo last time they faced each other, a little less than a month ago. 2 outs, Brown stands in, hitting .303 with 6 homers and 17 runs batted in. I mentioned Morillo lasted only 2/3 of an inning in his last start. Rockies have an organizational rule. If you throw 35 to 40 pitches in any inning, you're out of the game. There's a pitch right down the pipe, strike 1 called by our plate umpire, 0-1. And Morillo threw about 40 pitches in that first inning against Midland, giving up 2 runs, walking 3, hit another batter with a full count. He'd throw a lot of pitches. Here's the 1-0, and Brown fouled it back. And it should actually make the count 0-2. Scoreboard's getting a little goofy here on us here in the top of the first inning. They've got a 1-1 count, but the umpire said it's 0-2. Heel off of first. Morillo has struck out 2 of the first 3 men he faced. Trav struck out 12 times in the loss on Sunday, with 10 of them coming at the hands of Ubaldo Jimenez, another hard-throwing righty. Pitch to Brown. A little outside, ball 1. 1-2 the count on Brown with Greg Porter on deck. Teal hasn't even so much as flinched off of first base. Koshansky still holding him on. Teal takes the lead in the shadows, and Morillo comes set with a count of 1-2. Delivery is a little high, a slider missing, and that'll make it a 2-2 count. Morillo in his 6th professional season, but it's his 4th in the United States. 2 first years in the minor leagues in the Dominican Summer League. Career record 17-27. The count is 2-2. Here's the pitch. Brown swings, tips it back into the screen, and stays alive. Still 2-2. Morillo will throw a slider that'll come into the high 80s. Fastball anywhere from 91 to 97, and a changeup that we didn't see too much last month. 2-2 count on Brown. Teal runs. The pitch is flared in a shallow right field, and that one's going to fall in for a bloop single. Over to third base goes Teal. Brown holds it first, and a little cheapy, and the Travs have men of the corners and 2 outs. Very odd style hit and run, with Brown getting jammed on the pitch, hit it off the handle of the bat, but neither the second baseman Bernier, who was covering the second, nor the right fielder Smith were even close to the baseball. So an opportunity for the hottest hitter on the ball club, Greg Porter, enters today with an 11-game hit streak, 10 RBIs during that stretch. He's a left-hander standing in against the righty Morillo. Off of third is Teal and Brown from first. Koshansky holding Brown on, 5-step lead. Morillo sets, delivers, and Porter takes down and in for ball 1. Middle infielders are fanned out. Tulowitzki at short, Bernier at second base. Bernier playing slightly up the middle. Third baseman Stewart deep. Outfielders Thigpen, Zarnicki, and Smith shading towards left for the left-hand hitting Porter. Morillo delivers the 1-0, and Porter swings and misses at a high fastball, strike 1. Greg hitting .301, 4 homers, 16 batted in. Has been hitting the ball solid consistently these days. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another high fastball, strike 2. Morillo going to the heat here in the early going in the first inning. He has been clocked at 100 miles an hour in his career. The 1-2 on the way. Porter takes. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. A slider caught him looking, and Morillo strikes out the side in the top of the first. Travs did have a chance. They strand 2, got a base hit. We'll go into the bottom of the first inning. Nothing doing for Arkansas, and the Tulsa Drillers swinging against Rafael Rodríguez. Right after these words on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
A traveler nearing a great city asked an old man seated by the road, "What are the people like in the city?" Well, the man asked, "What were they like where you came from?" The traveler said, "They were horrible, mean, unworthy, detestable in all respects." "Ah," said the old man, "you'll find them the same in the city ahead." Scarcely had the first traveler gone on his way when another stopped to inquire about the people in the city before him. Again, the old man asked about the people in the place the traveler had just left. "They were fine people, honest, industrious, and generous to a fault," declared the second traveler. "I was sorry to leave." The old man responded, "That's exactly how you'll find the people here." I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the church at Rock Creek. You know, the way people see others is really just a reflection of themselves.
For more information, call 225-8684 or look on the web at www.churchatrockcreek.org.
You are witnessing some intense pain here, folks. Throbbing muscles, swollen joints. This is pure torture. We're talking total body suffering. Not even the internal organs are...
Bob,
The game hasn't started yet.
Game? I'm talking about me.
Don't let orthopedic discomfort interrupt your life. Learn to manage it with Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas, the state's leaders in orthopedic medicine. To reach a specialist or for more information, call Baptist Health Helpline at 227-8478 and get back in the game.
Oh, I can feel that hit up here. You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Rafael Rodríguez toes the rubber tonight for the Arkansas Travelers, still looking for that first win of the year. Trav's starting rotation hasn't had the opportunity for too many wins this season. Travs have won 14 on the year. And the starting rotation has pulled out only 5 victories. So usually games have been decided in the last 3 innings for the Travs, and that was certainly the case yesterday. Allowing 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th after getting a very good start from James Holcomb. Holcomb still with an 0-4 record and a 3.91 ERA. Holcomb's record could just as easily be 4-0. Rodríguez asked to take off an armband off of his left wrist, which was contrasting against his black glove. He does so, and now he's set to face Troy Tulowitzki, right-hand batter. A 310 hitter on the year, and Rafi fires a strike on the inside corner. Rafi's fastball not quite at the velocity of Juan Morillo. He'll get it from 91 to 94. With some decent movement on it. He's got to keep it low in the strike zone. Here's an 0-1 to Tulowitzki, and he hits a sharp ground ball to second base, right to Devin Day. He flips the Porter at first base to retire Tulowitzki. 1 out, bringing up Seth Smith. One thing that Rafael Rodríguez also has is a very nice slider. Occasionally he'll fall in love with it. 2 starts ago he threw about 70% sliders in a 7-6 win over San Antonio, where Rafael pitched well enough for a win. But the bullpen blew that game for him, and he ended up with a no decision anyway. Rodríguez also has mixed in a couple of different changeups. One that'll dive outside to a left-hander. The other goes the other way to the righty. Smith, a left-hand batter, who's hit 2 homers in the series. Pitch on the way, and it is a strike at the knees, 0-1 the count. Smith homered in his first at-bat of the series, game 1 of Saturday's doubleheader, and then he hit the big homer, the grand slam, in the Drillers' 10-1 win on Saturday, capping the 5th inning. Here's a 1-0, and it's on the inside corner, called strike 2 on Smith. The scoreboard is missing some of these strike calls. Our plate umpire, Arnold Horshak, is king of the understated strike call. Everybody in front of him can see the strike call. Anybody behind him cannot. It is an 0-2 count on Smith. Here's Rafael's pitch, and it is sent high in the air to straightaway center field. Dwayne Bacon coming in, got underneath that ball, and he makes the catch for the out, and there's 2 gone. So 2 quick outs for Rodríguez. He has had some serious trouble in the first inning with the Travs, an ERA of 9, where he's given up 4 runs in 4 games. In the first inning for Arkansas, and if you stretch that even into the second inning, Rodríguez has given up 11 runs over the first 2 innings in his time at Arkansas. So getting these 2 quick outs is a key. Now Joe Gaetti stands in. He's the Drillers' top hitter at 323. Right-hand batter is homered twice, driven in 13. Rodríguez missed with a slider low and outside, and it's 1-0. 0-0, bottom of the first. Travs left men of the corners. The Drillers haven't had a man reach yet. Gaetti, the DH, holding the bat right over the inside corner of the plate. And the 1-0 pitch is low, ball 2. Gaetti delivered the game-tying hit for the Drillers in the 8th yesterday. A 1-out double off the left center field wall. He'd also walked and scored earlier and finished 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. The 2-0 is fouled right back, strike 1. This Drillers team can swing it. They lead the league by scoring 190 runs this year. Most of the offense has come at the hands of the Travs, however. They have scored 61 runs in 9 games against Arkansas. Rodríguez tries a slider and misses outside. It's a 3-1 count on Gaetti. Cleanup man, Ian Stewart on deck. Nobody on base, 2 outs for Gaetti. He's ahead in the count, 3-1. Rodríguez kicks, pitches, and misses low with a slider and issues a 2-out walk. The walk for Rafi is the 9th he's allowed in the Texas League in 19 innings. goes along with 26 base hits. 8 home runs have been hit off Rodríguez, has given up at least 1 homer in all of his 4 starts, including a 2-run homer to Corpus Christi's J.R. House in the first inning last time he pitched. Took a no decision, and the Travs lost 11-8. Here's Stewart. A tough series for Ian. Left-hand batter is only 2 for 15 over the 4 games. Gaetti has short lead at first. Porter holding him. Here's a pitch from Rodríguez, and it's low and inside for ball 1. Stewart, a 257 hitter, 2 home runs and 20 runs batted in. At the start of this series, he was hitting 273, and he's dropped the batting average 15 points. Here's the stretch, and the 1-0 pitch from Rafi. And it tails outside. He's missed with the last 4 pitches. A 2-0 count on Stewart, and Chris Iannetta on deck. Bobby Wilson will walk the ball out to Rodríguez, and they'll speak about this quickly. Give the fielders behind Rodríguez tonight. Aaron Thielen left, Dwayne Bacon in center, and Matt Pauley the right fielder. Matt Brown at third base. He's way off the line. Brandon Wood plays up the middle from short with Devin Day shaded over towards the hole at second base. And Greg Porter holding on Gaetti at first. Wilson surveying the situation, flashes the signs. Rodríguez takes it, gives a look at the runner. Here's the 2-0. Stewart takes a strike on a changeup that hit the inside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike on the 4-hitter Stewart. Stewart twirls the bat around, brings it back. The runner goes. The pitch is popped up and out of play over the third base seat. So Stu Cole put the runner in motion on a 2-1 count. 2-2, not necessarily a hit-and-run count. Gaetti has only stolen 1 base in 1 attempt this year. Stewart has struck out quite a bit with 2 outs. He strikes out, the inning is over. Rodríguez to the belt. Here's the 2-2. Runner stays, and he threw it into the dirt and hit the batter. Overthrew that slider straight into the dirt in front of the right leg of Stewart, and he really had no opportunity to get out of the way. So Rodríguez has put himself in a bind. After retiring the first 2 batters on only 5 pitches, Rafael walks Gaetti and hits Stewart with a 2-2 pitch. Now he goes up against Chris Iannetta, who was Dr. Clutch yesterday, delivering the game-winning double in the 8th inning with 2 outs just inside the right field foul line. Right-hand hitter, 2 on, here's a pitch. And it's outside, Rafi's slider missing, ball 1. Iannetta has driven in 10 runs this year, 4 of them against the Travs, 2 yesterday. A 286 hitter with 4 home runs. Rodríguez checking second. And the 1-0 to Iannetta, swing and a miss on the slider, strike 1. Iannetta 2 for 4 yesterday. 3 for 6 in the series, also taking 3 walks and been hit by a pitch. It's a 1-1, and the slider in there for strike 2. Nice late break on the slider from Rodríguez, got it to the knees. And Iannetta seemed to be taken by surprise by how quickly that slider got to him. Day holding the runner at second base, Porter behind the runner at first. Here's the 1-2 pitch. A slider fouled back into the screen. We see Rodríguez going to the breaking pitch a lot when it comes to him needing to get a pitch over the plate. Or let's just call that slider his out pitch. He's got a good fastball and could use it quite often. Target on the inside corner. Here's the pitch. And the slider is taken just under the knees. A close call, and it's 2-2 on Iannetta. Gaetti from second base. Average speed at best. Stewart at first. Runs fairly well. Walk out, take the lead. Wood deep at short. Day backing away from second base now. And it's the 2-2. Up high, full count. Joe Koshansky waits on deck. If Rodríguez misses with the next pitch, he will have put 3 consecutive hitters on himself after retiring 2 in a row. Day will continue to hold Gaetti close. Payoff pitch. Instead, he'll look to second base and hold on to the ball. So Rodriguez also trying to keep Gaetti close, just in case he allows a base hit to the outfield. Back to the set position. Wilson's target inside. Here it is. He struck him out swinging. A slider that dove high and away. And the first inning comes to a close on the first strikeout of the game for Rafael Rodríguez. No runs for the Drillers on no base hits. 2 men left. We'll go to the top of the second. Each team stranded 2. 0-0 our score on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope. In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in Central, North Central, and Northeast Arkansas, Double B's has the answers. Double B's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double B's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee, better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with delicious selections from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double B's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double B's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. Salute individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what you do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone, nothing's better, Dr. Pepper.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Traveler Baseball back here on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. Top of the second inning and a 0-0 score here at Driller Stadium. Tribes will send up Bobby Wilson, Jason Espedo, and Matt Pauley to the hill against Juan Morillo. Wilson was 2 for 3 yesterday, raising his average to .310. 1 homer, 9 RBIs, and he's the leadoff batter against Murillo. Struck out the side in the first. Here's a pitch to Bobby. Swings and misses at a high fastball. The Travs are getting aggressive against Murillo. They're looking for fastballs early in the count. 0-1 on Wilson. Bobby 4 for 10 in the series, hitting the ball very solid. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's high, ball 1. Wilson's been hitting a lot of sharp balls foul outside third. 1-1 pitch. Left it go up high on a check swing. And the first base umpire, Juan Epstein, on the appeal says he didn't go. 2-1 on Wilson, followed by Espedo and Pauley. Murillo working quickly, delivers. Swing and a miss. Fastball down the middle, 2-2. Murillo does have the luxury of that 97-mile-an-hour heater. He doesn't necessarily have to have perfect location all the time. 2-2 pitch to Wilson, and it chops along the third base line. Stays fair, backhanded by Stewart. Flips to first, throws it into the dirt, throws it away. Takes a high bounce over Koshansky and hits off the foul fence along the first base stand. Official scorer rules a throwing error on Ian Stewart, allowing Wilson to reach. Stewart just didn't get enough on the throw. Flipped it rather than throwing it. And it was a tougher short hop for Koshansky. Really had to reach out for it. Ball hit the dirt a good 3 feet in front of him. So the error on Stewart, only the 7th he's committed this year. Now Jason Espedo stands in, left-hander, and a fastball pumped down the middle for strike 1 by Juan Morillo. Espedo also hitting the ball solidly. In the last 7 games, he is 9 for 23 with 3 homers and 6 driven in. Off of first, Wilson. Pitch is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. 0-0 top 2 here at Driller Stadium. A beautiful day for baseball. Not a single cloud in the sky. Nothing but blue all around us. Sun coming over the third base seat. Murillo delivers low. Ball 3. 3-1 the count on Espedo. On deck, Devin Day.
Matt Pauley on deck. Murillo hit a batter in the first. The 3-1 pitch is fouled off for strike 2. Murillo counted as one of the top prospects in the Rockies organization and is one of the keys in the outstanding starting rotation for the Tulsa Drillers, along with Manuel Ulloa and Ubaldo Jimenez. 3-2, swing and a miss. Espedo is the 4th strikeout victim out of the first 7 batters that have faced Juan Morillo. Good heavy fastball there. And Espedo is the first out of the inning. Now Matt Pauley will stand in. Pauley has driven in 6 runs in this series and is already the top RBI producer against the Drillers as far as the Travs are concerned. 4 games, 6 RBIs. Left-hand batter, and the pitch is a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Pauley playing his 7th game of the Travs, hitting .250, 1 homer, 6 RBIs, and home run, and 5 of the RBIs came in Saturday's game 2. The 0-1 ground ball to the mound, played by Morillo. He'll throw to second base, and the shortstop Tulowitzki's relay is not in time. Wilson forced out at second, 1-6. A little bit slow in getting up after doing everything he could to break up the double play. He and Tulowitzki got entangled a little bit at second. Pauley beats the relay, so 2 outs, and Pauley at first for the 9-hitter Devin Day. Murillo didn't really seem to have much of a rush to get rid of the ball. He gave an accurate throw to second base, but was a little slow in getting rid of it. That may have cost him the second out. Pitch to Day. Here's a high strike, 0-1. Day, the number 9 batter, in his 7th game of the Travs, is 2 for 22. No homers, 1 run batted in. 0-0 to score. Pauley takes the lead at first. The pitch today is low and outside, and it is 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch on the way today, low and outside. 2 balls and a strike. Day has had trouble catching up with big heat here in the Texas League. He has struck out 8 times in 22 at-bats, but he is a very patient hitter. And Murillo has struggled with command at times this year and throughout his career. So let's see if Day pushes the envelope. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and it is low, ball 3. Last year, Murillo walked 78 hitters in 145 innings. About a walk for every other inning. Runner goes, and the pitch low, ball 4. So Murillo puts Day aboard, and the Travs have an opportunity now with Dwayne Bacon standing in. Wilson reached on the error to start the inning. Espedo struck out. Pauley hit the fielder's choice to the mound and beat the relay, and then Day takes the 2-out walk. Bacon struck out in the first inning on 4 pitches. He'll bat left-handed. Stewart even at third, and a pitch low and in. Murillo almost threw it away. Nice stab by Iannetta, and the Drillers will send out pitching coach Bo McLaughlin to the mound. Murillo working very hard right now, and sometimes you wonder, a pitcher with the stuff that he possesses, especially against a batter such as Devin Day. Day has struggled keeping up with fastballs in this level, and Murillo was really only able to put 1 pitch into the strike zone, and it was a borderline strike at that. Well, Murillo is only 22 years old, won't be 23 until November. And we talked about how he already has filled out his body, 160 pounds when he signed, gained 55 pounds since, and still probably has a few more ounces to gain over the next couple of years. He does have long arms and long legs, a little bit gangly, and they still have some trouble getting all his moving parts in the same direction to throw strikes, and it seems to be the case here. Bacon back up to the plate with a count of 1-0. Pauley from second, Day from first. Pitch on the way. Swung on, drive driven into the corner in right field. Smith giving chase. That ball is down for a hit. He cuts it off at the warning track. Scoring is Pauly. Day attempts to score. Here comes a throw from the cutoff man. Not in time. Day slides in on a 2-run double by Dwayne Bacon, and the Travs grab the lead in the second inning. Just the second base hit for Bacon in this series. Two unearned runs charged to Morillo due to the error by Stewart. Morillo had given up only 2 unearned runs over his first 7 starts. He gives up 2 unearned runs here in the second today. Here's the 6th batter of the inning, Aaron Peel. Bacon a huge lead at second, and Peel swings and misses at a fastball for strike 1. So Bacon now with 11 runs batted in, 4 of them coming at the hands of the Drillers. He's collected just 7 hits against Tulsa, but 4 have gone for extra bases and 4 RBI. Here's the 0-1. Peel swings and misses at a fastball that was high and inside. Strike 2. Morillo hit Peel with a 1-0 pitch in the first inning. Aaron's been hit by 6 pitches this year, more than any other Traveler. 2 other Travs have been hit 5 times, in Jason Espedo and David Gates. Morillo trying to get out of the inning. The 0-2 is fouled back, and Peel stays at the plate. 2 runs home here in the Travs' second inning. Dwayne Bacon with his first RBIs of the series. Turned on a 1-0 pitch and drilled it into the right field corner, scoring Matt Pauly and Devin Day. Now Peel trying for his 14th run batted in. He hits .256. The 0-2 is outside. Morillo's slider too far out of the strike zone to give Peel even a thought to swing. 1-2 to count on the 2-hitter. With Brandon Wood waiting on deck. Morillo working slowly now as he sets, kicks, Peel swings and misses and strikes out. That's the 5th strikeout for Morillo, and the 4th coming on a fastball. Travelers rally for 2 runs in the second on only 1 base hit. There was 1 error, 1 man stranded. So the Travs take a 2-0 lead over Tulsa. Bottom of the second coming up on Air America Little Rock, 1380.
The romance begins at Cupid's. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. It's Cupid's Lingerie and more. 2585 Donaghy Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Perelman in Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Wonder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Wonder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom 2 here at Driller Stadium. Arkansas with a 2-0 lead over Tulsa. Dwayne Bacon drills a 2-run double in the top of the second. Now Rafael Rodríguez steps back onto the pitcher's mound, and he'll go up against Joe Koshansky, the 6-hitter of the Drillers. Rafi walked a batter, hit another, and struck out 1 over the last inning. Here's Koshansky, a left-hand slugger, hitting .276 with 6 home runs. And Rodríguez, the right-hander from the windup, and he fires a strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Koshansky, 0 for 4 yesterday with a run batted in, also hit into a double play. 1 for 10 of the series. Here's Rodríguez with an 0-1 pitch, and he missed up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Koshansky followed by Jordan Zarnicki and Judd Thigpen. Brown way off the line at third base. Porter hugs the line at first. And the pitch is hit up the middle. Devin Day tried to glove it, bounced off his glove on a backhand attempt and into center field. And the official scorer rules a base hit for Koshansky. Ball could have been fielded, but it was hit fairly hard, and Day only had one bounce to see how it was going to move on him. So the first base hit of the game for the Drillers comes off the bat of Joe Koshansky, and his second hit of the series. Now Zarnicki stands in. He's 0 for 9 in the series, got yesterday off. It hit into 3 double plays in game 1 of Saturday's doubleheader, so double play is in order here. Travs are ready for it. Rodríguez throws a pitch, and it's ripped down the line, but foul outside the left field line. Zarnicki turning on a fastball and drilling it right to the neck of the Travelers bullpen bench, which sits up against the third base fence. 0-1 on Zarnicki, hitting .280 with 5 home runs and 17 batted in. Koshansky a lead, but he's leaning back. The pitch is low, and it's 1-1. Zarnicki, the center fielder for Tulsa, was 0 for 4 when he played on Sunday. Here's the stretch in the 1-1 pitch. And it's into the dirt. Nice dig by Wilson. Ball 2. Zarnicki, a second-year player for the Drillers. 25 years old, from Anderson, Indiana. Was an everyday outfielder for Tulsa last year. Koshansky leads from first. Nobody out. It's a 2-1 count. Pitch on the way. Chop to third base. Brown charges glove. Throws a Day at second. Devins relay to first. Rack him up. A double play. And it's the 4th double play Zarnicki has hit into this series. So, once again, the Travs turned a double play against Tulsa. And now in 10 games, Arkansas has turned 17 double plays against the Drillers and won, at least one in every game. Two outs, no one on for Judd Thigpen. Right-hand batter slugged his first homer yesterday. Here's a pitch, low and outside, ball 1. Thigpen had homered in 3 straight games in the playoff series last year against the Travs. He'd homered in the last 3 games and then didn't hit a home run until his 29th game of the season this year. So 1-0 as a strike on the outside corner. Thigpen caught leaning over the plate, held back on the slider, but it was called a strike on the outside corner. 2-0 Travs, bottom 2. Rodríguez trying to get out of the inning and then face a 9-hitter in the 3rd. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And Thigpen slaps a high fly ball deep down the right field line. Paulie giving chase. Long way to run. Dives. It's past him. Runs all the way along the right field line. Easy triple for Thigpen. And he will stop at third with a 3-base hit. That ball hit by Thigpen, almost exactly the same kind of fly ball that Iannetta hit last night for the game-winning double in the 8th inning. One of those high fly balls that just continues to go straight down the right field line. And no matter how hard Matt Paulie runs after it, he's just not going to be able to close the gap fast enough. The ball was fair by about a foot, and that is it. So the triple for Thigpen, his first of the year. And here's Doug Bernier standing in. Infield back with 2 outs. Rodríguez from the stretch, and the fastball buzzes Bernier inside. 1-0. Bernier starting at second base today. Normally a shortstop, but it is his 8th start at second base this season. .294 hitter with no homers, 4 driven in. The 1-0 pitch is low and outside, ball 2. Bernier had typically been your good field no-hit shortstop. He was an everyday starter for the Drillers last year. Here's the 2-0. And Rodríguez has missed with 3 in a row. That fastball missed under the knee. Bernier last year hit just .203. Struck out 103 times. He had more strikeouts, 103, than he did total bases, 102. Things have changed for him this year. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and it's right down the middle for strike 1. 2-0 Arkansas. Rodríguez has given up 2 hits in the inning, but he erased 1 with a double play. Thigpen tripled after the twin killing. Now into the stretch. Rodríguez kicks. The 3-1 pitch is outside, and he issues his second walk of the night. The 2-out walk brings up Troy Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki has destroyed the ball against Arkansas, but recently has slowed down. Hasn't had a hit in his last 5 at-bats, although Tulowitzki is hitting over .400 against Arkansas. 5 RBIs in 7 games against the Travs. He represents the go-ahead run. First and third, 2 outs. Bernier taking a decent lead at first base. Rodríguez finds the sign, comes set, checks third base, and delivers to Tulowitzki. A fastball for strike 1 on the inside corner. Tulowitzki is 0 for 1. He grounded out to the second baseman Day in the first inning. And the infield playing deep except Porter holding Bernier on. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A slider that is up high, 1-1. Rodríguez gets good velocity on the slider into the mid-80s. And is having trouble locating it here in the early going. He's walked 2, hit another batter, and allowed 2 hits. Here's the 1-1 pitch from the righty. And it's low. The slider missing again, ball 2. 2-1 to Tulowitzki. 14 RBIs on the year for Tulowitzki. A first-year Double-A player, one of the top prospects for the Rockies. And he has impressed here in the Texas League. Pulls the socks up to the knee, holds the bat high. Not much bend in the knees. The pitch is swung on and tipped and held on by Bobby Wilson. Strike 2. Tulowitzki seemed to jump at the chance to go after a fastball after seeing consecutive sliders. May have gone after an offering that was away from the strike zone. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rodríguez sets at the belt and delivers. Tulowitzki looks at ball 3, a slider low and outside. On deck is Seth Smith. And if Tulowitzki walks, the bases will be loaded for Smith. And the last time we saw Smith bat with the bases loaded, he hit a home run. Second full count of the night for Rafi. Here's the payoff pitch, and he walked him. A slider that was about 2 feet outside. Second inning in a row that Rodríguez has given the Drillers an opportunity with 2 outs. He had walked a man and hit another after getting 2 outs in the first inning, but stranded both runners. Now here in the second, after the double play by Zarnik, he erased the bases. Big Pen triples, and then Rodríguez walks Bernier and Tulowitzki. Ken Patterson walks out to the pitcher's mound, and the Traveler pitching coach has to chat with him. Hey, Little League players and coaches, you can register your team for the 2006 Texas League All-Star Field of Dreams team at the area Academy Sports and Outdoors. There is one in West Little Rock and the other in Sherwood. The winning team will be selected at a drawing at Raywinder Field on Friday, June 16th. The winning team takes the field with the North Division All-Stars during the June 20th All-Star Game at Raywinder Field, and you receive gifts from Nike and Academy Sports and Outdoors. Again, you can register your team, your Little League team, to take part in the 2006 Texas League All-Star Field of Dreams team at Academy Sports and Outdoors in Sherwood and West Little Rock. Registration starts today. Seth Smith stands in, bases loaded, 2 outs in the bottom of the second. 2-0 Travs for the moment. Here's a pitch. Smith looks at a fastball right down Broadway. Smith flied out in the first inning and is 2 for 11 in this series, but his 2 hits are home runs, a solo shot, and a grand slam. Smith, a perfect 1 for 1 with the bases loaded this year. Rodríguez with an 0-1 pitch, and the fastball is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rafi has been susceptible to the home run, and even though this is just his 5th start at Double-A, he is tied with 2 other pitchers for second most homers allowed in the league with 8. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch comes. Swung on, and a line drive to the right field line. Fair ball. It's fair, and that's going to at least tie the game. Big Pen and Bernier are home. Here comes Tulowitzki around third. He'll score. And it's a 3-run triple for Seth Smith as he continues to destroy the ball in bases-loaded opportunities this series. 3-2 Tulsa. And just like that, the Travelers' lead is evaporated. So Smith in this series, 3 base hits and 8 runs batted in off those 3 hits. The inning is not yet complete. Here's Joe Gaetti with a runner at second base. Gaetti walked in the first, and Rodriguez throws the pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Second inning troubles continue for Rafael. Now allowed 10 runs in the second inning this year in just 4 starts. Here's the 0-1 to Gaetti. And the slider in there for strike 2. First time he's gotten ahead, 0-2 in this inning. Rodriguez has the stuff to dominate if he's able to locate his pitches. As of now, that's a big if. Here's the 0-2 to Gaetti. And a foul ball back into the screen. A 2-out rally by the Drillers, a bona fide 2-out rally. They had nobody on base after Zarnicki hit into the 5-4-3 double play. Then Thigpen triples. Rodriguez loads the bases with 2 walks, and Smith cleans it up. 0-2 pitch. Slider. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. So Rodriguez does get that final out on his 5th chance. 3-run score for the Drillers in the second on 2 base hits. 1 man left. Tulsa 3, the Travelers 2, going into the 3rd inning on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
10. On June 10th, that's when the Indy Racing League returns to Texas Motor Speedway for the Bombardier Learjet 500. Under the lights for the 10th consecutive season. Reserve your seats now to see your favorite drivers go wheel to wheel around the 1.5-mile oval with speeds over 200 miles per hour. Be there to see if it'll be another amazing finish like this one from 2003.
It looks like Canaan by a nose. Now Unser pulls up even as they enter turn number 3. So this is it, the final shootout. Twin checkers in the hand of Brian Howard. It looks like Allinger Jr.'s got the edge. He will take the checkered flag. Allinger Jr. has won at Texas Motor Speedway.
Could it be Dan Weldon, Tony Kanaan, Sam Hornish Jr., or Danica Patrick in victory lane at the Bombardier Learjet 500 on June 10th? Get your seats now by calling 817-215-8500 or visiting TexasMotorspeedway.com. Texas Motor Speedway, celebrating 10 years strong.
Do you have an interest in broadcasting, enjoy baseball, and are looking for a part-time job opportunity? Well, maybe we have what you're looking for. KDXE AM 1380 is the home for Arkansas Travelers baseball, and we need to add to our staff of board operators for Travelers games. Your responsibility will involve the process of putting Arkansas Travelers games on the air. The work schedule includes weeknights and weekends shared with other staff board operators. No experience in broadcasting is necessary, and learning our system for game broadcast is easy. If you're interested, give us a call at 501-221-1380. That's 501-221-1380.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Brandon Wood stands in to lead off the 3rd for the Travs. 3-2 Tulsa. Pitch on the way from Juan Morillo. And it is up high for ball 1. 7:10 first pitch tomorrow. It's the Raywinder Field. Travs taking on Springfield. And they've only played 4 games this year against the Cardinals. The 1-0 to Wood is low for Morillo, ball 2. Wood struck out swinging in the first inning. He'll be followed by Brown and Porter. Morillo with 5 strikeouts, 2 runs, both unearned. Wood swings out the 2-0, and he's jammed. He missed it, 2-1. Pitching matchup tomorrow night at Raywinder Field. Chris Hunter is scheduled to come off the disabled list. He missed a couple of starts with some shoulder problems. Here's a 2-1 to Wood, and he swings and misses at the fastball, 2-2. Good location by Morillo right on the inside corner. Cardinals send Stu Pomeranz to the hill. Pomeranz has been a pleasant surprise for the Cardinals. He's 4-0. Wood swings and misses and strikes out for the second time. Murillo has struck out 6 with a 12-man he's faced. Nothing but hard fastballs to Brandon there, and he is out on strikes for the 48th time this year. Now Matt Brown stands in. Brown collected the first Traveler base hit. A bloop single into right field in the first inning. Here's Murillo's windup. His fastball thrown above the catcher and all the way to the screen. Whoops! 1 ball, no strike. Springfield coming off a series where they had won the first of a 5-game set against Wichita, but then lost 4 in a row. So the Cardinals come into Little Rock, chomping out the bit a little. The 1-0 to Brown is up high. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Then after the 5-game series, the Travs will go to Frisco and take on the South Division Rough Riders. 2-0 to Brown. Look out. High and inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Murillo has walked 1, hit another batter. Behind on Brown, 3-0, 1 away, bases empty. Porter waiting. Pitch on the way, and Brown will take a strike. So 5 against Springfield in Little Rock, with 3 at Frisco after that, and then 4 in Midland. The 3-1 to Brown, low and inside, ball 4. Second Murillo walk, and Brown on base for the second time. So our first meetings with the defending Texas League champion Midland Rockhounds in Midland at Citibank Park, May 25th through the 28th. It's a Thursday through a Sunday. Midland not playing very well these days. They've dropped 3 straight. Pitch to Porter in the dirt all the way behind Iannetta, the screen. Murillo throws a wild pitch, giving Brown second base with no throw. 1-0 on Porter, who was called out on strikes in the first inning. Greg has now struck out 6 times in this series, and just over the last couple of games, it's been either makes contact and gets on base or strikes out. Pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. Yesterday, Porter had 4 plate appearances, walked, singled, struck out twice. The day before, 4 plate appearances, singled, struck out 3 times. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, high fly ball, deep into the left field corner, but Sigpen tracks it down and makes the catch for the second out. Holding at second is Brown. Now Bobby Wilson stands in. Three to 2, Drillers leading. Travs had a 2-0 lead at the top of the second. It was their 6th lead of this series and the 5th lead that has been blown. Wilson reached on an error in the second, and a pitch from Murillo low and inside, ball 1. It was because Wilson reached on the error by Stewart, the third baseman, that Arkansas even had a chance to score 2 runs. Both runs in the second unearned. Murillo gives Brown a look, no one holding him. The pitch to Wilson is fouled right back. He got one to handle, a hanging slider, but was a little in front. Wilson 4 for 11 in the series. The pitch comes, and a check swing tip held on by the catcher, strike 2. Late umpire ball was tipped. He appealed to the first base umpire, Juan Epstein, and he told Arnold Horschak that was a strike. But he tipped it. You could hear it on the crowd mic. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Wilson. Ball 2, a little low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brown at second after taking the walk. A wild pitch moved him up. 2-2 on Wilson. Murillo trying for strikeout number 7. Here it is. Fought it off the fifth into the second level of the first base seat. Wilson with that balanced approach at the plate. He's come through in clutch spots. A single should tie the game. Pitch on the way. Swung on, high fly ball, left field corner, hooking foul. And out of play with no chance for Thigpen to track it down. Still 2-2. Wilson hits a lot of deep flies and line drives that go foul to left field. Seems to have a little bit of the hook in a swing. Morillo comes set and steps off the rubber. Does not look round to second base. Both middle infielders playing way off the bag. Matt taking about as big of a lead from second as he can. At least a good 10 feet off. Now an extra 3 feet. The 2-2 pitch to Wilson is outside. Count goes full. And on deck is Jason Espedo. Murillo's walked 2, struck out 7. Murillo's payoff. Wilson swings, high fly ball, left field shallow. Thigpen in, stops, makes the catch. Travs are done in the third inning. No runs, no hits, one man stranded. Bottom of the third coming up at Driller Stadium. Tulsa over Arkansas 3-2 on Air America Little Rock 1380.
From the hilltops of Atlanta to the California sand. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah. I'm a burrito in every time. Every woman,
Moe's Burritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's at North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Black Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the yellow pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh?
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the third here at Driller Stadium. Tulsa over Arkansas 3-2. Phil Elson alongside you on the broadcast. Matt Algerman and Lindy Floyd back at the studios of 1380 KDXE in Sherwood. Travs had a 2-0 lead after the top of the second. The Drillers had a bases clearing 3-run double by Seth Smith to take the lead in the bottom of the second inning. Then the Travs go without a run to the top of the third. Here are the Drillers with Ian Stewart leading off against starter Rafael Rodríguez. Rodríguez, who has walked 3, hit another batter, and allowed 3 hits to the Drillers. Fires under the knees of Stewart for ball 1. Stewart was hit by a pitch in the first. This is the 4th time he's been on base this series, and the 2nd time he's been hit. And the 1-0 pitch from Rafi. A check swing on a slider. They'll appeal to the third base umpire. And Vinny Barbarino says he didn't go. Not sure if Vinny was paying attention. He seemed to be caught by surprise with the plate umpire had asked for help. Vinny didn't pay much attention in class either. Here's a 2-0 to Stewart. And it is inside, ball 3. Rodríguez has thrown 50 pitches over 2 innings and now 53 after missing with the first trio of pitches to Stewart. Now the 3-0 from the right-hander is low, and he offers up his 4th walk of the night. Unless Rodríguez starts to throw a lot more strikes and get some quick outs, He won't be going much further than the fourth inning today. Travs did get a new arm today in Miguel Gonzalez, coming up from single-A Rancho Cucamonga, and he is available. Chris Iannetta, the batter. Right-hander takes high and inside, 1-0. A couple of other relievers the Travs were counting on this year in Vaughn Sturtzbach and David Austin. Haven't heard from them since spring training. A 1-0 pitch to Iannetta is drilled into deep center field. Bacon going back. He stops before the warning track and watches it sail over the fence. And it's a two-run homer for Chris Iannetta. And the Drillers lead 5-2. You got to get it good and solid to hit it out of the dead center field part of the ballpark here at Driller Stadium. 390 feet to straightaway center with a batter's eye that stretches about 35 to 40 feet tall. And the ball sailed right over that batter's eye, 40 feet above the playing surface. Iannetta hits his 5th home run of the year. And the Drillers have scored 5 unanswered runs, 1 time through the order. 9th homer off Rodríguez, having a real tough time in the Texas League. Joe Koshansky, now the batter, takes a strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. It's amazing to think Rodríguez had allowed only 1 run in 20 innings in the California League. Here's an 0-1. Koshansky, a soft fly into center. That's going to fall in, a base hit. Bacon jogging after it, picked it up on 1 bounce. Koshansky is now 2 for 2. So out of the last 10 batters that Rodríguez has faced, he has allowed 5 base hits, 1 homer, a triple, a double. He's walked 3. Pitch on the way, and it is fouled off by Zarnicki into the third base area. Over towards the bullpen goes Matt Brown, and he makes the catch. Well, there's the first out of the inning on a foul out by Zarnicki, and he's 0 for 2. Drillers leading bottom of the third. Things already seem like they're starting to get out of hand. Thigpen, the batter, he tripled and scored. Starting that rally in the second, he shows bunt. Bunts it off his own body, foul ball. Drillers started to get a feel for Rafael Rodríguez after Zarnicki hit into a double play in the second inning. And 4 consecutive batters reached. Thigpen's triple. Bernier and Tulowitzki took walks. Smith doubled home 3. Then to start the third inning, Rafi walks Ian Stewart, allows the 2-run homer by Iannetta and the bloop single by Koshansky. And Zarnicki fouls out. The 0-1 to Thigpen is chopped outside third, foul. Strike 2. So it appears if the Travs are going to pull one out today, they'll have to outslug the Drillers. And to be honest, it seems to be the way the Travs have to win games these days. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And Thigpen watched the slider sail outside. Ball 1. Recently, just take a look at yesterday. The Travelers had 5 runs on 10 hits, lost. Rodríguez ready. And the 1-2, the runner going. Swing and a miss. Actually, a tip at the plate. Pardon me. It was a slider, and Thigpen reached out and got a little tip of the baseball and stays alive. So Koshansky will run back to first. In the series against Corpus Christi last week in Little Rock, the Travelers lost a game where they collected 8 runs on 12 hits. Lost another game where they had 5 runs on 12 hits. A lot of these games, the Travelers probably could have won with just those 5 runs or 6 runs. The 1-2 to Thigpen. Fouled right back. Koshansky was not running with the pitch. some people don't like to hear the term if. If this happens, if that happened, then something else would have happened. But the plain fact is that the Travelers' offense is good enough to have a 500 record. There's a throw to first by Rodriguez, and the throw is not in time. Let's take a look at some of the numbers team-wise the Travs have put up. They hold the second highest team average in the league at 275. Lead the Texas League by scoring 41 homers, hitting 41 homers, and stealing 32 bases. Runner goes. Pitch low. Wilson throws to second. A perfect tag in. Koshansky slides right into the tag of Devin Day for the second out of the inning. Caught stealing 2-4. Bobby Wilson throws out his 13th man of the year. So while the Travelers have one of the top offenses in the league, they also carry the highest team ERA. Trav's team ERA is 5.12. They're almost a full run higher than Tulsa. The Drillers have the second highest ERA in the league. There's a high fly to right center. Dwayne Bacon will track it down. He makes the catch in the gap. And the third inning is complete. The Drillers scored 2 runs on 2 base hits. Chris Iannetta pounded a 2-run homer, and Tulsa now takes a 5-2 lead into the top of the fourth on Air America Little Rock 1380.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with Deductible Reward. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Dan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Stone Lakes Golf Course is one of Central Arkansas's hidden sports gems. Located just 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road, Stone Lake features a unique link-style course and some of the most reasonable green fees around, complete with driving range plus chipping and putting greens and a full-range snack bar. Stone Lakes has everything a good duffer needs. Check out a hole-by-hole description on stonelakes.net or call 945-0945 for Stone Lakes.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back to the ballpark here in Tulsa. It's 5-2. The Drillers leading the Travs. 3 innings in the books. Go to the top of the fourth. Get to the totals here through 3 innings. Travs have 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors. They've stranded 4. And the Drillers with 5 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. Tulsa has stranded 3. Jason Espedo leads off the 4th inning. Swings and misses at a heavy fastball from Juan Morillo. Morillo has struck out 6 in 3 innings. Also walked 2, hit another batter. The 0-1, Espedo is jammed, chops along the third base line. Stewart waits to charge, flips across for the out. And Espedo is 0 for 2. That'll bring up Matt Pauley. Check out the other score in the Texas League at the moment. 2 other finals earlier today. Midland and Corpus Christi, 0-0 score going into the top of the 4th inning. Corpus Christi trying for their 8th consecutive win. Standing in, Matt Pauley, left-hand batter, and Murillo fires a strike on the inside corner. Pauley reached in the second on a double play grounder to the mound. Murillo got rid of the throw to second base too late, and Pauley beat the relay. He eventually scored. Had to get out of the way of that pitch, inside 1-1. 2 finals today. Frisco over San Antonio 3-2. Rough Riders rallied for 3 in the 9th for the win. Pauley slapped it foul over the third base seats, out of play. Strike 2. John Huber blew the save for San Antonio. Touche got the win. Littleton the save. Jason Bourgeois of the Missions hit the only homer of the game. 1-2 pitch. Pauley is jammed. Pops it up. Shortstop Tulowitzki underneath it. Easy catch. 2 out. The other final at Wichita with the Wranglers take a season-high fourth consecutive victory over Springfield, 11-5. The Wranglers had a lead of 7-0 after the third inning. Chris Lambert knocked out after the third, drops to 2-4 for the Cardinals. Junior Herndon, the winner, moves to 3-2. Standing in, Devin Day. Morillo pumps a fastball for strike one. Day was 2 for 22. Walked and scored in the second inning. Right-hand batter, here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball. And Morillo just challenging Day with that pitch. 0-2. So Springfield's lead in the North down to only a game and a half against the Drillers. They could get within a game with a win over the Travs. The 0-2, Day swings and misses and becomes strikeout victim number 7 for Juan Morillo. That's his first perfect inning of the game. Down go the Travs in order, and we'll take it into the bottom of the fourth. 5-2 Tulsa on Air America Little Rock, 1380.
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at ascu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
Faithfully chronicling the Bush administration implosion.
Air America Little Rock.
1380 KDXE North Little Rock.
Back to action here in Tulsa. Drillers over the Travs 5-2. Rafael Rodríguez returns to the mound, and he is in desperate need of an easy inning. Giving up 5 runs and 4 hits over the last 2 frames. 9-hitter Doug Bernier leads off, and Rodríguez's first delivery is outside. Rafael facing 14 hitters over the last 2 innings. Here's the 1-0. And it's high to Bernier, 2 balls, no strikes. Bernier walked and scored in the second. One of 4 walks issued by Rodríguez through the 3 innings. He's also hit a batter. Has not been sharp. Pitching from behind of the count. Here's the 2-0 delivery to Bernier. And he takes a strike, 2-1. Travs had a 2-0 lead in the second. 2-run double by Dwayne Bacon with 2 outs. Both runs unearned. The 2-1 pitch from Rafi. Bernier slaps it foul, 2-2. Drillers put up 3 runs in the second inning to take the lead after a double play erased the bases. Judd Thigpen tripled. Rodríguez walked Bernier and Tulowitzki, and then Seth Smith brought home 3 runs with a double into the right field corner. Then Chris Iannetta's 2-run homer came in the third. That's where we stand, 5-2 Tulsa. 2-2 pitch. Slap foul again, right back into the net. Only scoreless inning for the Drillers was the first, but they left 2 men aboard. Rodríguez winds, kicks, and deals. And the slider is poked over the second baseman's head, but Matt Pauley comes in from right field and makes the catch. 1 away. Only the second leadoff man retired by Rodríguez tonight. For the third time tonight, you go to the top of the order for the Drillers with Troy Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki grounded out in the first inning, starting the game. Walked and scored in the second. Right-hand batter. Here's Rodriguez's first pitch. A slider, low, ball one. Tulowitzki, 6'3", 205 pounds, only 21 years old. Rangy shortstop with a little pop. The 1-0 pitch is low, ball two, 2-0. So both shortstops in this series, in Tulowitzki and Brandon Wood, a little bit larger, especially taller than you'd expect from shortstops. Brandon is 6'4", and Tulowitzki an inch shorter. The 2-0 pitch is low, ball three. Rafi's been 3-0 on two previous hitters, walking both of them. And now the 3-0 to Tulowitzki is in there for strike one. One out, bases empty. The 3-1 to Tulowitzki is another strike at the knees. Rodriguez took something off the slider to get it at the knees. Nice pitch. 3-2. Rafi has walked 4, struck out 2. Pitch on the way, and he walks his fifth. Went to that roundhouse slider on a 3-2 count. Ty Boykin has claimed at times that he would wish that his pitchers trusted their fastball more often. Not worry about getting it hit. Ty has said that the whole point of pitching is to induce contact, but induce the kind of contact the pitcher wants, not strikeout. Smith, the batter, and he slaps one foul, strike one. Smith flied out in the first inning to dead center field. And in the second, stepped to the plate with the bases loaded, cracked a 3-run double. Smith against the Travs this year, 12 runs batted in out of his 18 RBIs this year. That is incredible. 12 of his 18 RBIs this year at the hands of the Travs. Throw over to first by Rodriguez is late. Take it further, Smith hitting 300 against Arkansas, 240 against the rest of the league. Another throw to first base. Tulowitzki dives back in ahead of the throw. Drillers 5, Travelers 2. Bottom of the fourth inning here in Tulsa. Tulsa has scored 5 unanswered runs. Tulowitzki leads away, 1 out. Here's the 0-1. And a slap ground ball to short, charging Wood, flips the day at second. Here's the relay, not in time. They do get the out at second base. And it goes 6-4. Not your tailor-made double play ball. Wood made sure to get the out at second base and see if they could get that relay, but Smith runs well enough. 2 outs. Here's Joe Gaetti. Gaetti walked in the first, was the final batter of the second when Rodriguez caught him looking. 5-2 Drillers, bottom 4, man at first, 2 outs, and Rodriguez from the stretch with a fastball fouled right back, strike one. Going back to yesterday, the Drillers have scored in 3 of their last 5 innings. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Runner goes. It is a strike, and the throw to second is perfect. Wilson has thrown out Seth Smith for the final out of the 4th inning. Bobby Wilson, a perfect 2 for 2 in catcher runner stealing today. That'll go 2-6 at second. 4th inning is complete. The Drillers, no runs, no hits, nobody left. 4 innings in the books. 5-2 Tulsa heading into the top of the 5th. This is Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. VC powder is just truckers' best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take VC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take VC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is VC.
Use direct. AgPro knows your patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
4 innings complete. The Travs coming into the top of the 5th inning, trailing 5-2 against the Tulsa Drillers. Top of the Traveler order against Juan Morillo. Dwayne Bacon will lead off. Switch hitter. Has gone 1 for 2, the only 2 RBIs on the afternoon for the Travs, a 2-run double in the second. Twilight time here at Driller Stadium. Wind has died down to not even a minimum. First pitch for Murillo throws all the way to the screen above the catcher, ball 1. Juan Morillo has settled down ever since Bacon's 2-run double, hasn't allowed a hit since, and has retired 7 of 8 men since the Travs took that 2-0 lead. Murillo has set down 5 in a row and struck out 7 batters through 4 innings, including Bacon in the first. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Dwayne turns on it. Line drive, base hit into right center. Smith able to track it down to the gap before it gets past him, and he keeps Bacon to a leadoff single. So Dwayne had struggled going 1 for his first 18 in the series. And now in consecutive at-bats, he has doubled and singled. Standing in now, Aaron Peel. Peel hit by a pitch in the first and struck out swinging in the second. Bacon leads off, 12 steals on the year. Doesn't go, the pitch is swung on and missed. Right down the middle, and Peel too late on the cut. Bacon still the league leader of those 12 steals, 1 in front of Anderson of Corpus Christi. An aggressive lead. Fakes it, and the pitch is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brandon Wood on deck. Trav's got to find a way to break through here. Peel 3 for 29 against the Drillers. Bacon runs the pitch low. Throw to second is good, but not in time. Good throw by Iannetta, especially that he threw to second base on a slider. Didn't have much time to get rid of it. Bacon steals his 13th of the year. 2 balls and a strike on Peel. Aaron represents the tying run. He's homered twice. Driven in 13 on the year, but the numbers against the Drillers are minuscule. 3 for 29. No runs batted in. Bacon leads away. Shortstop Tulowitzki the closest to him, but he's playing way off the bag. The 2-1 pitch to Peel. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And Murillo seems to have made a decision to throw almost nothing but fastballs to Aaron Peel. The one breaking ball that he threw was a slider, and that's the pitch that Bacon stole on. Murillo gives Bacon a look and throws the pitch up high, full count. Drillers leading by 3, 5-2. Travs scored in the second inning. We're in the 5th. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Peel swings and misses. Strikes out for the second time today. It's the 8th strikeout for Juan Morillo. Those 8 strikeouts are a new season high. One away in the 5th inning. Brandon Wood, the batter. Bacon tries the third. The pitch outside. The throw is not in time and dropped anyway. Bacon, in fact, may have kicked the ball out of the glove of the third baseman, Stewart. So Dwayne Bacon takes matters into his own hands, stealing second and third base. 1-0 on Wood. He could bring home Bacon with a fly ball or a ground out. The infield is playing deep. But Morillo will go for the strikeout. In fact, he has struck out Wood in both at-bats today. Pitch on the way. Popped it up. Out of play. Strike one. In fact, out of all the meetings that Brandon and Morillo have had this year, 5 previous at-bats, Morillo has struck out Wood 4 times. The only time Brandon put the ball into play, he singled. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, fouled off again. Looked like a high fastball, and Brandon saw the opportunity to get it in the air, but unable to put it between the lines. So it's 1-2 from Morillo to Wood. He has struck out 8 and has had a real nose for the strikeout today. Stretch, 1-2 pitch, chopper foul outside third. Right to Boykin in the coach's box. He'll flip it into the Traveler dugout. Travs really need this run. Only so many opportunities he can let fall by the wayside when you're trailing by 3 in the 5th inning. They'll try to bust Brandon inside. Here it is. Outside, and Morillo missed his target by a good 4 feet. Iannetta set up on the inside corner, and the pitch was about as far as outside as it could be for the catcher to at least handle the pitch. 2-2 count. Morillo delivers to Wood, and he swings and stays alive. A little tapper foul off the catcher. That time Morillo tried the breaking ball. Where Morillo and Ubaldo Jimenez differ, and Jimenez struck out 10 batters in a win over the Travs on Sunday, is Jimenez has more of a feel for the slower stuff to go along with that mid-90s heat. 2-2 to Wood. Swung on, popped up on the infield. It'll stay in play. Third baseman Stewart streaks into foul territory, still coming in, and he makes the catch and then slides down. Wood showing a little frustration by flipping his bat up and catching it with his right hand as he is unable to bring Bacon home from third. Stewart didn't see that pop-up until it was almost too late. Started to run after it from about 5 feet behind third base, and he sprinted in about 40 or 50 feet before sliding to make that catch. 2 outs in the 5th inning. Bacon at third. 5-2 Drillers. And that run still standing out there. Matt Brown, the hitter. Pitch swung on, a high fly ball straightaway center. Zarnicki drifting in, easy can of corn. He's got it. And the Travelers strand a man at third. No runs, 1 hit. Bacon was at third base with 1 out. Either the 3 or 4 hitter can bring him home. So we're halfway through this game. 5-2 Tulsa. Bottom of the 5th on the way on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Chick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. Now, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Chick, it's always the best. We slow cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lit, hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Chick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the catfish?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travelers fans, don't forget you can register your kids' Little League team to be the 2006 Texas League All-Star Field of Dreams team. Register that team at the Academy Sports and Outdoors nearest you, whether it's in West Little Rock or Sherwood. The winning team will be selected at a drawing at Raywinder Field Friday, June 16th. The winning team then takes the field with the North Division All-Stars during the Texas League All-Star Game on June 20th at Raywinder Field. Promotion begins today, so get those kids out there and sign them up now for the All-Star Field of Dreams team at Academy Sports and Outdoors in Pulaski County. First pitch of the inning fouled back by Joe Gaetti. He actually fouled it off his foot. He's hobbling a little bit. 5-2 Drillers at the bottom of the fifth. And Gaetti seems to have that foot still in working order. So Gaetti gets a little bit of time to walk around the batter circle. He was walked and struck out today and was at the plate when Seth Smith was caught stealing at the end of the fourth. Gaetti gathers up the strength in that foot. He's ready to go. Pitch on the way from Rafael Rodríguez, low and away, ball one. We'll check some of the scores around the majors this inning on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Rodríguez shaking a sign off. Here's the 1-1. Missing low, ball two. In the National League, Florida has a 2-1 lead at Atlanta. Diaz a homer for Atlanta, his first. It's in the top of the eighth inning at Turner Field. Here's a 2-1 pitch. And a hard ground ball fair down the third base line. Close to Brown, couldn't get to it. Heel able to cut it off. Gaetti tries for the double. Throw in there, not in time. Bounces away, but backed up by Rodríguez. Double for Gaetti is the Driller's sixth base hit. Brown seemed to be surprised by how quickly the ball came to him. It was about a foot off to his right. He tried to stab it out there, but his arms were a little too short. So 6 hits by the Drillers, only 2 singles. Smith and Gaetti with doubles. Thigpen tripled, and Iannetta has already homered. Ian Stewart stands in, and he's been on base twice, but Rodríguez hit him in the first, walked him in the third. Left-hand batter, Rodríguez, the righty, comes home and misses ball one. Here at Driller Stadium, you cannot see the bullpens. They're located beyond the grandstand. And somebody is warming up in the Traveler pen. Don't know who it is. Here's the 1-0 to Stewart. He swings and misses at a low fastball, 1-1. At Pittsburgh, the Pirates leading Cincinnati 7-0 in the bottom of the fifth. Milwaukee out to a 2-1 lead over the Phillies in the sixth inning. Matchup of a couple of young, exciting teams. Ball and a strike on Stewart. Rodríguez deals. And it's ripped down the right field line, but hooking, and it is foul. Stewart a little bit in front of that fastball. Cubbies looking for a victory over the Nationals at Wrigley Field. They're in the middle of the sixth with Chicago leading 4-0. The Giants 11 and the Astros 3, top of the fifth. San Francisco scored 5 in the first and 5 in the fourth. Morgan Enberg is homered for the Astros, his 13th. Barry Bonds 2 for 3, no homers, 2 singles, 2 runs scored and a run batted in. Rodríguez misses low, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Off of second, Gaetti, Wood right behind him. Rodríguez a long look. Comes set. Checks the runner. Delivers a 2-2. And it's a changeup outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He's around 90 pitches now. Might not be lasting much longer. Mets leading at St. Louis 3-0 in the fifth. Jose Reyes has homered. Tom Glavine has allowed 4 hits in 5 frames. 3-2 pitch to Stewart. Swinging a tip back foul. Stays alive. Dodgers and Rockies tied at 1 in the bottom of the 4th. And later tonight in Arizona, it's the Padres and the Diamondbacks. Jake Peavy against El Duque. Get those American League scores too in a minute. After the at-bat was Stewart and Rodríguez. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Man at second, nobody out. A look at the runner. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. And Stewart is out on strikes. Looks like a changeup. 3rd strikeout of the night for Rafael Rodríguez. 1 away in the 5th. And here comes Chris Iannetta. Ty Boykin emerges from the Arkansas dugout, and this might be it for Rodríguez. Thrown over 90 pitches. Has struggled with command since the outset, and Ty Boykin walks across the third base line, tries to point out to the bullpen of the third base umpire, Vinny Barbarino, is paying no attention whatsoever. Now he sees that Boykin is calling for him, and he says, "Go get me the pitcher in the bullpen." Barbarino does. And that is it for Rafi. So Rodríguez goes 4 1/3 innings. And at the best, we'll get a no decision. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. You can talk, surf, watch, go, and save. Do it all and get it all with services from the new AT&T. Learn more online at thenewat.com. The new AT&T, your world delivers. Looks like the new Traveler pitcher is Tim Bittner. Tell you about him and the rest of this 5th inning. 5-2 Drillers after a 60-second break on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Kirk Woolsey, we happen to know that you are the world's worst backseat driver, which means, Kirk, that you like to be in control. But check out ATT.com. You can see all our best deals, like 12 months of true high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month when you order online. If you switch from your old cable company, you even get 3 months free. And with AT&T Account Manager, you can see your account activity, add services, and pay your bills online, all in one place. So that's Kirk's world. For everybody who's not Kirk, if ATT.com can deliver online control to him, it can do the same for you. Switch to the new AT&T at ATT.com, and you'll be in the driver's seat, as long as you're not riding with Kirk. SBC is now the new AT&T. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and federal universal service cost recovery see extra. High-speed internet will credit applied after 3 months paid service and excludes FUSF cost recovery and other fees. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com/offer details. Not available in all areas.
Tim Bittner is the new pitcher for the Arkansas Travelers. He inherits a runner at second base and 1 out in the 5th inning. Tulsa 5, Arkansas 2 as nightfall starts to settle in here to Driller Stadium. Right at the corner of 15th and Yale. 25 years of baseball here at Driller Stadium. And in their 4th year as an affiliate of the Colorado Rockies, the Drillers, with a 20-17 record, stand a game and a half out of first place. Bittner to take it for the moment. Left-hander from Wilmington, Delaware. Appearance number 13 on the season with 2 wins, 2 losses. Bittner's ERA at 4.85. Chris Iannetta, the batter. Bittner starts with a slider on the outside corner for an 0-1 count. Iannetta delivered the final blow to Rodríguez, a 2-run homer in the 3rd. Struck out in the 1st. Man at second is Gaetti. The pitch from Bittner is low, and it's 1-1. 19 hits off Tim, 9 walks, 7 strikeouts, all coming in 13 innings. Iannetta, a 289 hitter, fouls the 1-1 back, and it's 1-2. With his 3rd year at Double-A Arkansas, Bittner, a full-time reliever for the first time since he was in White Sox farmhand. Here's 1-2. Check swing on a slider. Appeal to the base umpire, and Juan Epstein says he did not go after it. A 2-2 count. Rodríguez leaves after 4 in the third, allowing 6 hits. 2-2 to Iannetta is low, ball 3. Rafi walked 4, hit another batter, and struck out 3 men. His record at the moment remains 0-1, though if the Drillers hold on to this lead, Rodríguez will fall to 0-2. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and Bittner throws a fastball outside. He walks the first man he faces. Iannetta aboard for the second time. 2 on, 1 away. And here comes Joe Koshansky. That's the 10th walk of the season for Bittner in 13 innings. The 5th inning on Sunday is where things got out of hand for the Drillers. They rallied for 5 runs and went on for a 10-1 lead. That's how the game finished. Koshansky takes a strike. Bittner got a slider over, and it's 0-1. Lefty versus lefty here. Koshansky was 2 for 2 against Rodríguez. It singled twice, both to center field. Double play in order. The 0-1 is a low fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're going to get to some of the other scores around the majors in the American League. Boston 6, Baltimore 5 in the bottom of the 7th. Ramirez and Nixon deep for the Sox. Hernandez, Gibbons, and Fahey for the Birds. Ball and a strike. Pitch on the way from Tim. Slider missed inside, ball 2. Middle of the 9th at Cleveland. Kansas City leading 4-3. Matt Stairs has homered for the Royals. Casey Blake for the Cleveland Indians. You imagine that the Royals will bring on Ambiori Burgos to try to save it. Here's a 2-1 pitch, but instead, Bittner turns to second and holds on to the ball. Joe Gaetti at second. He began the inning with a double. Iannetta at first. Bittner walked him after coming on, replacing Rodríguez. With a 2-1 to Koshansky. Swung on, ground ball. Past the diving Day into shallow right field it goes. Here comes Gaetti around third. Pauly's throw home is through the cutoff man and not in time. Bounces off Wilson, and Koshansky tries for second base, but Wilson throws him out. So they will get the second out of the inning, but Koshansky gets his 3rd single of the game and is credited with a run batted in, and it is 6-2 Drillers. So Iannetta stops at third base. Koshansky thrown out at second base. It'll go 9-2 to 6. And that'll close the book on Rodríguez. 6 runs in 4 in the 3rd innings, all runs earned. His ERA will not only stay over 10, but it'll go higher. Now it's Jordan Zarnicki standing in, and he is 0 for 2. Man at third, 2 outs. Bittner's pitch is low for ball 1. So the Drillers have a 4-run lead after the Travs led 2-0 following the top of the 2nd. Here's a 1-0 from Tim Bittner. Hard line drive fair down the left field line. And that'll make it 7-2 as Iannetta scores. And there goes Zarnicki into second base. Ball hasn't come in from the outfield yet. Now it does, and Zarnicki holds at second with a 2-base hit. That's a run charged to Tim Bittner. He had walked Iannetta. And Zarnicki doubles him in. That is the first base hit of this series for Jordan Zarnicki. He had been 0 for 11. Now Judge Thigpen stands in. He has tripled and flied out today. First pitch is a strike at the knees from Bittner, 0-1. 7 runs on 8 base hits for the Tulsa Drillers. Trav's pitching woes continue. The 0-1 is fouled at the plate, strike 2. Thigpen scored the first Tulsa run. A 2-out triple in the 2nd inning. Smith brought him home as part of the bases clearing 3-run double. 7-2 Tulsa. The 0-2 pitch, high and outside. Bittner's 1-2 is in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Travs did not get the starting performance they were looking for from Rafael Rodríguez. And Tim Bittner scuffling as he comes on here in the fifth. The 2-2 pitch, a slider, strike three called on the outside corner, and the fifth inning is over. So the Drillers tack on 2 more runs with 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. 5 innings complete. It is all Tulsa for the moment. Drillers 7, Travelers 2 on Air America Little Rock 1380.
At Gary Eubanks & Associates, you've heard us talk about what we bring to the table. You ask what that means to you. Well, these verdicts and settlements are real results we've achieved for our clients, as large as $19 million for one case. While facts differ and results vary on each case, you should put this experience on your side. Insurance companies notice, and that creates settlement. And remember, at Gary Eubanks & Associates, we'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2, 3.
We're at this supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at aspu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
5 innings complete. Tulsa 7, the Travelers 2. Drillers just finished a 2-inning rally in the 5th. They have scored 7 unanswered runs since the Travs had a 2-0 lead at the top of the 2nd. Greg Porter walks into the batter's circle to lead it off against Juan Morillo. Morillo scuffled over his first 2 innings, allowing 2 runs on a walk, 2 hits, and a hit batter. Hits to Porter, missed inside, ball 1. Then over the next 3 innings, 3, 4, and 5, Morillo was locked down, allowing just 2 base runners, 1 single, 1 walk, 8 total strikeouts as Porter fouls the pitch away. Greg Porter on an 11-game hit streak, but today he is 0 for 2. Called out on strikes in the first and flat out to left field in the third. Morillo delivers the 1-1, and Porter gives a big swing and a miss. A nice cut on that fastball, but Murillo's pumping it at quite a velocity today. Here's the windup and the 1-2 to Greg. Look out, inside, had to jump away. We'll finish out the American League scores this inning on the Southwest Airlines scoreboard, including a wild game at Yankee Stadium today. Porter followed by Wilson and Espedo. Murillo's 2-2, swing and a miss on a high fastball. Porter is the 9th strikeout victim for Murillo. Second time he got Porter. Detroit leading Minnesota 7-4 at the bottom of the 8th inning, but at Yankee Stadium today, the Rangers had a 9-0 lead going into the bottom of the 2nd. The Yankees actually took a 1-run lead, 11-10 going into the top of the 7th inning, and the Rangers answered with 2. Currently 12-11 Texas in the 7th. Pitch up high here to Bobby Wilson. 1 ball, no strikes. Wilson reached on an error in the 2nd, fly to left field in the 3rd. A 3-10 hitter. Murillo delivers a 1-0. Wilson swings and misses at a heavy fastball. In that Yankees-Rangers game, they've combined for 28 hits. There have been 8 walks, only 3 homers. The pitch is outside, and it is 2-1 on Wilson. Pitch on the way, low to Bobby, and it's ball 3, 3-1. Hasn't been a walk from Murillo since the 3rd inning. And he has issued only 2 on the day, and averaging about 4.5 walks for every 9 innings he pitches. 3-1 to Wilson. swung on. A high fly ball, very deep into right center field. Zarnicki giving chase to the warning track, and at the fence, it's going to bounce off the wall. Wilson trots into second base in a stand-up double. Maybe that can get the Travs working here in the sixth inning. Wilson, his 11th double on the year. Hits that ball very solidly, but into the right field gap. It's tough to get out of the ballpark that way. Stu Cole, the Driller manager, out of the dugout, walking quickly to the pitcher's mound. Morillo is almost at 100 pitches, so wouldn't be surprised to see a pitching change made by the Driller manager. Cole on the mound, and has not yet made up his mind. Now he points out to the bullpen, and that's going to be it for Juan Morillo. Possibly his most dominating performance of the year. He strikes out a season-high 9 batters in only 5 1/3 innings. So Morillo is finished for the night after 5 1/3. It is 7-2 Tulsa, and the Driller starting pitcher walks off the field. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. AT&T high-speed internet brought to you by Yahoo, AT&T Dish Network satellite television, voice services, and Singular Wireless. 4 great services all from one place, the new AT&T. Your world delivered. Give you a 60-second break, tell you who the new Driller pitcher is. 7-2 Tulsa in the 6th on Air America Little Rock 1380.
This is for Laura. Laura, what's up with those CDs you borrowed from Mariana and never gave back, huh? Listen, if you need music, sign up with the new AT&T. Get digital satellite TV so you can watch concerts, and high-speed internet so you can get the music you want fast. And give Mariana her CDs back. All that, plus local and long distance for under $90. So that's Laura's world. For everybody that's not Laura, if we can deliver options to her, we can deliver the right plan for you, too. Digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and local and long distance for under $90. Add Singular Wireless and save even more. Call 1-800-PICK-ATT or visit thenewATT.com today. Oh, and Mariana, you're welcome. SBC, now joined with AT&T, proud sponsor of the 2006 U.S. Olympic team. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and the Federal Universal Service Cost Recovery fee extra. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-270-0397 toll-free or visit att.com/bundle details. Not available in all areas.
6-foot, 185-pound right-hander Gentry Beckstead enters the game for the Tulsa Drillers here in the 6th inning. With 1 out and Bobby Wilson at second base, Beckstead inherits a 7-2 Drillers lead. Juan Morillo, the Tulsa starter, goes 5 1/3 innings today, surrendering 4 hits. As of now, 2 runs, both unearned. Walked a pair, struck out 9, hit a batter, and threw a wild pitch. Morillo can only be the winner and not the losing pitcher. Beckstead makes his 13th appearance with the Drillers. 1 win, 1 loss, and a 6.62 ERA. It'll be Jason Espedo to stand in after Wilson's double chased the starter Morillo. Espedo, a left-hand hitter, is 0 for 2. And Beckstead from the stretch misses up high with a fastball. Beckstead's stuff is not overpowering, certainly not as Juan Morillo had been. Perhaps the Travs can swing it a little easier against Beckstead. Gives a look at Wilson, no one holding him. Hits to Espedo is right down the pipe, strike 1 call. Espedo struck out swinging in the 2nd inning and grounded out in the 4th. Travs down by 5, and they have not scored over the last 3 innings. Beckstead delivers the 1-1, and it is high and tight again, ball 2. Just to finish out those American League scores, Tampa Bay cruising over the White Sox from the top of the 8th. Devil Rays 10, White Sox 4. Here's Beckstead 2-1, and Espedo rips it foul into the seats behind the bullpen bench for the Drillers along the right field wall, along the foul right field wall. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Everybody seems to be okay out there. Tampa getting home runs from Toby Hall and Ty Wigginton. Wigginton, 10 home runs. Jim Thome hit his American League best 16th. Paul Konerko connected on his 9th. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Foul ball in the air over third, out of play. Starting in about 5 minutes, the Angels and the Blue Jays. The first time that Troy Gloss returns to Anaheim since they let him go over to the Diamondbacks for last year, and then, of course, the trade to the Blue Jays. Irvin Santana, former Traveler, on the mound for the Angels. 3-1 and a 4.79 ERA. Espedo waiting. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Line drive, base hit into right field. Wilson will score around third with no play at home. And Espedo makes the turn and holds it first with an RBI single. First run for the Travs since the second inning. And for Espedo, his 15th RBI of the year. Travelers cut into the Drillers' lead. It's now 7-3. That'll close the door on Murillo's line. 3 runs, 1 earned, and 5 in the third inning. Now Matt Pauley comes up to the plate. The hit for Espedo, the first hit for the bottom 3 hitters in the order. Pauley is 0 for 2, reaching on a fielder's choice, popping up and scoring a run. Left-hand batter. Pitch comes right back up the box. It goes for a base hit. Espedo will turn and hold at second. And consecutive singles here off of Beckstead have brought up Devin Day, and now the tying run comes to the on-deck circle. Pauley now 1 for 3. Day walked in the second and struck out in the fourth. Later tonight, Seattle and Oakland in about 5 minutes. Joe Blanton for the A's against King Felix Hernandez. Former Mission Hernandez 2-4, 4.58 ERA. Former Rockhound Blanton is 3-4. Day has walked and struck out. 2 on, 1 out, and a pitch on the way. And a high slider missing by Beckstead, 1-0. Murillo started this inning and struck out Greg Porter. And Bobby Wilson doubled. And Murillo was lifted. Beckstead came in and has allowed consecutive singles. The 1-0 today. Inside, 2-0 the count. Beckstead has now allowed 27 hits in 17 2/3 innings. 2-0 pitch. Low and outside, ball 3. Beckstead has walked 9, struck out 10 in 17 2/3. But after the first 2 batters, he faced Espedo and Pauley single, and he falls behind Day 3-0. Time is called by the Driller dugout, and they send Bo McLaughlin out to the mound. McLaughlin puts his hand out to the other infielders and lets them know he doesn't want them to come out to speak with Beckstead. He wants a mano-y-mano with Gentry Beckstead himself. Travs return to Little Rock tomorrow night. Ready Ice Family Discount Night. Discount coupons located anywhere Ready Ice is sold, which would be most Pulaski County Shell or Exxon stations. There's also tickets available at Little Rock Air Force Base, courtesy of First Arkansas Bank and Trust. It's located at the Air Force Base for Air Force personnel only. And DHHS employees can pick up their tickets at the Department of Health and Human Services offices. Back to action at 3-0 today. Delivery by Beckstead down the pipe, strike 1. Top of the order on deck. Dwayne Bacon is on deck. He has 2 hits. Might represent the tying run if Day reaches. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and it is low, ball 4. The bases are loaded for the Travs. Only the 15th opportunity this year for a Traveler batter with the bases loaded. Compare that to 51 opportunities with the bases loaded for Traveler opponents. Here's Dwayne Bacon. His first chance with the bases loaded this year. He'll bat from the left side. He has struck out, doubled 2 runs home in singles. Pitch on the way. Low and in. Ball 1. Drillers had scored 7 unanswered runs, 3 in the second, 2 in the third, and 2 in the fifth. And the Travelers have answered here in the sixth with 1, but a chance for a whole lot more. Gap in right center, and Bacon has the entire right field line. Infield at double play depth. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A chopper to the first baseman. Koshansky charges, goes through him, backed up by the second baseman. Pitcher covers, and the throw is not in time. It's an infield single for Bacon, and that scores Espedo from third base. Now not only are the bases loaded again, but the tying run is aboard for the Travs, and the go-ahead run comes to the plate. Could be a hit, could be an error. Probably should be an error on Koshansky. Charged that ball and was unable to scoop it cleanly. If he scoops it cleanly, he's got to force out anywhere. But the official score has ruled a base hit for Bacon. Credited with his third hit of the game and third RBI. Now Aaron Peel stands in, swings a little flare to short. Tulowitzki there for the catch. And Peel is the second out of the inning. So 2 runs are home here in the Traveler half in the sixth. 7-4 Tulsa. And Beckstead getting a talk from Chris Iannetta, his catcher. Brandon Wood about to step in. This is the opportunity Wood has been looking for. He was going up against Morillo over his first 3 at-bats, and Morillo overpowered him, striking him out twice, got him to pop out once. So Wood might overmatch Beckstead here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Pitch on the way, and it is up high, ball 1. Off of third, Matt Pauly. Evan Day at second. Dwayne Bacon at first. Wood 1 for 1 with the bases loaded with 3 RBIs. He'd had a bases clearing double. And a sac fly. The 1-0 pitch. Fouled back over the press box, 1-1. The official scorer has now ruled no base hit on Bacon. He has changed his mind, and I think correctly so. Error on Koshansky, and I believe that he will not get credit for a run batted in. Either way, the run scored. Travs down by 3. Bases loaded. Here's the 1-1 to Wood. Swung on, ground ball to the hole at short. Cut off by the third baseman. Stewart throws to second, and they force out Bacon for the final out. So the Travelers in the 6th inning managed 2 runs on 3 base hits. There was 1 error, and the Travelers leave them loaded. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 7-4 Tulsa on Air America Little Rock, 1380.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now, Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Feature is optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Tighter ball game now after the Travs put up 2 runs in the 6th inning. So they left the bases loaded, and hopefully won't regret that later on. 7-4 Tulsa at the bottom of the 6th now. Tim Bittner returns to the pitcher's mound for the Travs, and going up against the 9-hitter Doug Bernier. Bill Elson with you here on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. Final game, a little 5-game series here in Tulsa. First trip to the Driller Stadium for the Travs this year. Pitch to Bernier is outside, ball 1. Bernier has walked, scored a run, and flied to right, followed by Tulowitzki and Smith. Bittner from the stretch, and the 1-0 is fouled out of play. Bittner charged with 1 run in just 2/3 of an inning in the 5th. Gave up 2 hits and a walk. Here's a pitch to Bernier, and low for a ball, 2-1. Rafael Rodríguez started, went only 4 in the 3rd inning. Gave up 6 runs on 6 hits. The 2-1 pitch is low and away, ball 3. Rodriguez's ERA continues to go up. 3-1 is ball 4, missing high and outside, and Bittner walks his second batter. And it'll bring up Troy Tulowitzki. Rafi came into this game with an earned run average at 1031, and it even goes up to 1072. That's 5 starts and an ERA over 10. Tulowitzki takes a strike. He's walked twice, grounded out once. The starter's ERA was over 10 after 2 starts, even 3. You don't get too worried about it. You hope that he bounces back. Here's the 0-1. Tulowitzki sends a drive in a deep center field. Bacon back at the warning track looking up. It is gone. A 2-run homer. Travs worked so hard to get those 2 runs in the top of the 6th inning, and then just 2 batters in to the Drillers' half of the 6th. The Drillers get the 2 runs right back on Tulowitzki's 3rd home run of the year. The ball went just to the left of the batter's eye in center field. If it was at least a half a foot further to the right, it would have hit off the fence. Second 2-run homer of the game for the Drillers. Chris Iannetta had also hit one. It's 9-4 Tulsa. They back out to a 5-run lead. Now Seth Smith is in there. Bittner puts it right down the middle, strike 1. It's 9 hits and 9 runs for the Tulsa Drillers. Tulowitzki a home run. Smith has a 3-run double. Pitch on the way, inside to Smith, 1-1. Six of the 9 hits for the Drillers have gone for extra bases. And 1-1 to Smith is a slider for strike 2. Walk and a homer, just like that, no out. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. So Bittner strikes out Seth Smith, and there's 1 away in the 6th inning. Here comes Joe Gaetti. Gaetti has walked, struck out, doubled, and scored a run. Takes a big hack and misses. Strike 1. Sooner or later, there will have to be some changes made in the Traveler pitching staff. Only so long that a team can go out with an ERA over 5. Well, no other team in the league has an ERA over 4.20. Pitch fouled back by Gaetti, strike 2. A couple of relievers are not healthy. Alan Buckley, Bob Zimmerman. Zimmerman on the disabled list. Buckley may be put on the DL. 0-2 to Gaetti, outside, ball 1. Travs are getting inconsistent, if decent, starting pitching. The 1-2 is fouled off Bobby Wilson's mat. And Gaetti still with a 1-2 count against Bittner. What the Travelers are looking for now is a reliever other than Rich Thompson to be dependable in a variety of roles, whether you're looking for the setup man, a long reliever, or someone to relieve a starter who has struggled and put up a couple of zeros on the scoreboard. Bittner throws one low, and on a check swing appeal, Epstein, the first base umpire, says no swing. 2-2 to Gaetti. Right now, the only role that is filled to Ty Boykin's satisfaction is that of the closer. The 2-2 down low, ball 3. A full count and the pitch. Gaetti check swing. It's in the dirt. He went around. First base umpire says so, and that is a strikeout. Second in a row for Bittner. 2 outs in the 6th inning. 2 runs also home on the Troy Tulowitzki homer. Standing in, Ian Stewart. Stewart has been hit by a pitch, walked and scored and struck out. Fastball from Bittner misses low and inside, 1-0. Lefty versus lefty. And the 1-0 to Stewart in there for a strike. Bittner still has that effective slider. He's able to get it over the plate. He could be really effective. It's a matter of repeating the motion. The 1-1 is a slider just a little low, ball 2. Tim's been working from the stretch at all times. Saw him doing that at the tail end of his season last year before missing the final half. 2-1 pitch, a slider for a strike at the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Stewart. No one on for Stewart. 2 runs home, 9-4 Drillers in the 6th. Here's Bittner's pitch. Swing and a miss, and he struck out the side after giving up the 2-run homer. 2 runs for the Drillers in the 6th inning on the 1 hit. Nobody left. 6 innings are in the scorebook. The Drillers 9, the Travelers 4 on Air America Little Rock 1380.
10. On June 10th, that's when the Indy Racing League returns to Texas Motor Speedway for the Bombardier Learjet 500 under the lights for the 10th consecutive season. Reserve your seats now to see your favorite drivers go wheel to wheel around the 1.5-mile oval with speeds over 200 miles per hour. Be there to see if it'll be another amazing finish like this one from 2003.
It looks like Tanat by a nose. Now Hunter pulls up even as they enter turn number 3. So this is it, the final shootout. Twin checkers in the hand of Brian Howard. It looks like Allinger Jr.'s got the edge. He will take the checkered flag. Allinger Jr. has won at Texas Motor Speedway.
Could it be Dan Weldon, Tony Kanaan, Sam Hornish Jr., or Danica Patrick in victory lane at the Bombardier Learjet 500 on June 10th? Get your seats now by calling 817-215-8500 or visiting TexasMotorspeedway.com. Texas Motor Speedway, celebrating 10 years strong.
Do you have an interest in broadcasting, enjoy baseball, and are looking for a part-time job opportunity? Well, maybe we have what you're looking for. KDXE AM 1380 is the home for Arkansas Travelers baseball, and we need to add to our staff of board operators for Travelers games. Your responsibility will involve the process of putting Arkansas Travelers games on the air. The work schedule includes weeknights and weekends shared with other staff board operators. No experience in broadcasting is necessary, and learning our system for game broadcasts is easy. If you're interested, give us a call at 501-221-1380. That's 501-221-1380.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Driller Stadium, 6 innings complete. All Tulsa for the moment, 9-4 Drillers. Get to the total here for Arkansas is 4 runs on 6 base hits. No errors committed by the Travelers. They've had a lot of opportunities and have stranded 8 men in 6 innings. Tulsa with 9 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors committed, and Tulsa stranded 4. Starting pitchers are still the pitchers of record. Rafael Rodríguez for the Travelers in line for the loss, giving up 6 runs on 6 hits and 4 in the 3rd inning. Juan Morillo of the Drillers allowing only 3 runs, 1 earned on 9 strikeouts and 4 hits and 5 in the 3rd inning. Morillo in line for his 4th win. Matt Brown leads off the 7th against Gentry Beckstead in his 2nd inning of work. Righty to righty. Here's a pitch to Brownie. Swung on, high fly ball in the shallow left. Thigpen charging in and calls off the shortstop and makes the catch. Brown now 1 for 3. Earlier today, Wichita finished off Springfield 11-5. Wranglers won their 4th straight. Jumped over the Travs at the 3rd place, putting Arkansas in last. Springfield losing 4 straight to Wichita. Their lead in the North Division has dwindled down to a game and a half. Springfield comes to Little Rock tomorrow for a 5-game series. Greg Porter standing in, still trying to extend his hit streak. He's 0 for 3, and there's a strike from Beckstead right down the middle. First inning strikeout for Porter, leaving on 2. Fly to left in the 3rd, and struck out swinging in the 6th. Left-hand batter, averaged at 292 at the moment. And here's the 0-1 from Beckstead. Outside, 1-1. Other final earlier today, Frisco over San Antonio, 3-2. Missions carried a 2-0 lead into the top of the 9th inning. Johnny Huber blows the save and takes the loss. Frisco scored all 3 of their runs in the 9th. Porter swings out the 1-1, ground ball to short, scooped up by Tulowitzki. He'll fire for the out. And Porter a rare 0 for 4. Now it's Bobby Wilson standing in. Got a pitcher's duel tonight at Corpus Christi. The Midland Rockhounds and the Corpus Christi Hooks. 0-0 going into the 9th inning. Ben Fritz started for Midland through 8 scoreless innings, allowing only 6 hits, no walks, struck out 6. Wilson almost hit by the pitch, jumped out of the way. It's ball 1. Mitch Talbot started for the Hooks. He went 6 innings, scattered 3 hits, gave up no walks, and struck out 6. Wilson doubled and scored last time up. He's 1 for 3. And there's a strike from Beckstead over the low outside corner, 1-1. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Nobody on for Wilson. The Drillers leading by 5, 9-4. Beckstead comes home. Wilson fouls it away. One ball, 2 strikes on Bobby. 4 runs and 6 hits for the Travs. And the pitch, check swing and a curve. It hit the dirt, but blocked by Iannetta. He wants an appeal. The plate umpire now asks for one. Juan Epstein said he did not go. 2-2 count on Wilson. Drillers head out to Wichita tonight, and they will start a 5-game set with the Wranglers tomorrow. Tulsa swept 4 straight from the Wranglers at the first 4 games of the year. Here's a 2-2 to Wilson. Outside, a full count. While the Drillers have dominated the Travelers, they are 2-8 against Springfield. Went 4-0 against Wichita. 3-2 to Wilson. Inside, he walks. Second walk issued by Beckstead, and the 4th taken by a Traveler batter tonight. Here's a Speedo. Jason's average up to 278 after the RBI triple in the 6th inning. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Pitch on the way. A high fastball, 1-0. Tulsa 9, Arkansas 4. These teams split a doubleheader on Saturday night with the Drillers winning the first game. Tulsa trying to take their 3rd straight from Arkansas. Here's the 1-0 to Espedo. Little chopper to first, easy play. Koshansky scoops it up and decides to tag out a Speedo instead of go to the base. Unassisted put-out ends the top of the 7th inning. No runs for the Travs, no hits, 1 ran left. They'll stretch him here at Driller Stadium. It's 9-4 Tulsa going into the bottom of the 7th inning on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Sid Gutierrez had a childhood much like you'd expect growing up in 1960s New Mexico. A lot of sun, a lot of sky, and a lot of dreams about what you might be when you grow up. After school, many of Sid's friends went on to work for local factories and businesses. Some moved away, but none moved as far away as Sid. Sid Gutierrez is recognized as the first Hispanic to pilot a space shuttle, and he's a member of the International Space Hall of Fame. But before he went into space, he went to Webster University. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Here's the windup sitting on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Wonderful night here in Tulsa. Feels like spring. It is spring, halfway through the month of May. Ball game started at 72 degrees. We're at 65 at the moment. Soft 6-mile-an-hour breeze, cooling things off a little bit further. No chance of rain. Low tonight in Tulsa down to 53 degrees. We're back in Little Rock tomorrow to start a 5-game series against the Springfield Cardinals. We know all you Cardinal fans will come out one way or the other, apparently. Some of you need other reasons to come out to the ballpark. Well, we've got Vladimir Guerrero figurines for the first 1,000 paid adults on Friday, courtesy of Reese's Really Nuts. Free tickets located in North Little Rock for North Little Rock night Friday. Only in North Little Rock at Blue Hill Wrecker, AA Auto, Jones Brothers Pool Tables, Galaxy Furniture, Reno's Argenta Cafe, True Service Credit Union, Stone Links, KLRG, and the North Little Rock Times. And that's Friday night, 7:10 first pitch. Gates open at 6:10. 9-4 Drillers at the bottom of the 7th inning. Tim Bittner's first pitch of the inning low. Chris Iannetta is the batter. He has been on base his last 2 plate appearances. And Bittner's pitch is a strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1. Iannetta, after striking out in the first, hit a 2-run homer in the third, walked and scored in the 5th. A 2-0 pitch. And it is low. Believe the count should be 2 balls and 1 strike. Yes, it is. 2-1. Again, our plate umpire today, Arnold Horshak. Nobody except the players can tell he's calling strikes. Pitch on the way, and it's high. Ball 3. Iannetta, Koshansky, and Zarnicki against Bittner. Him in his second inning. He's gone an inning in 2/3, striking out 4, but allowing 3 runs. Pitch, fouled back, 3-2. When Bittner entered the game, the Travs were trailing 5-2. And now it's 9-4 Drillers. Here's the payoff. Swung on, high fly, right center, carrying out. Bacon into the gap is there, and he reaches back and makes the catch. 1 away in the 7th to bring up Joe Koshansky. Koshansky perfect so far today, 3 for 3. All hits are singles. And he will try for his second 4-hit night of the season. Left-hand batter, Bittner a lefty too. Starts with a slider down the middle for strike 1. And went on for Koshansky, bottom of the 7th, 1 out. And the 0-1 pitch, Swing and a miss on the slider, strike two. Bittner trying for strikeout number 5. Slider's been effective when it's around the strike zone. Pitch on the way. Up high, a fastball. Ball 1. Travs led 2-0 after the top of the second, but the Drillers now lead by 5. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss, and Bittner strikes out his 5th. So Koshansky fails to get that 4th hit. He'll settle for a 3-for-4 evening at the moment. Here's Jordan Zarnicki. Zarnicki bounced into a double play in the second, fouled out in the third, cracked an RBI double in the 5th. He's 1 for 3. Bittner delivers, and a check swing, pitch called a strike on the inside corner. If Bittner gets this last out here, if he retires Zarnicki, it'll be the first perfect inning thrown by a Traveler pitcher since the 7th inning last night when James Holcomb did it. The 0-1. Here's a high fastball, and it's a ball and a strike. Bittner sets, kicks, and the 1-1. Missed low a slider, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jordan Zarnicki. On deck, Judd Thigpen, the 8-hitter. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Slider in there, strike 2 on the outside corner. On the way. Fly ball foul out of play on the right side. Settles into the upper deck. Got a good crowd on hand here. Estimate the announced attendance will be around 6,000. They did have a lot of people here over the first few innings. Crowd has thinned out a little bit. Another 2-2 pitch. And another foul ball in the air. Slicing foul and goes out of play. Bittner has sent down 5 in a row since Tulowitzki's 2-run homer gave the Drillers their 8th and 9th run. Try for another 2-2. Here it is. And he skips it up to the plate, ball 3. So full count. Tim has walked 2, struck out 5. Delivers. Slider missed high. Didn't get much break on it. Ball 4. Zarnicki aboard for the second time. Bittner's 3rd walk and the 7th free base taken by the Drillers, not counting 1-hit batter. Ty Boykin coming out of the Traveler dugout now. And it looks like he's going to be going to the bullpen. Points out to the pen before he gets to the foul line because earlier, when he made his last pitching change, the third base umpire, Vinny Barbarino, wasn't paying attention. Ty made sure he was paying attention that time. He'll take the ball from Bittner, and that's it for Tim. Another call to the bullpen for the Travs, brought to you by the new AT&T. Services from AT&T, including voice services, AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet, AT&T Dish Network, and Singular Wireless are proud supporters of the Arkansas Travelers. Check out the great deals now online at thenewatt.com. The new AT&T, your world delivered. New Traveler pitcher comes on. We'll tell you about him after the Travs trail 9-4 in the 7th inning. The 60-second break here on Air America Little Rock, 1380.
Kirk Woolsey, we happen to know that you are the world's worst backseat driver, which means, Kirk, that you like to be in control. So check out ATT.com. You can see all our best deals, like 12 months of true high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month when you order online. If you switch from your old cable company, you can get 3 months free. And with AT&T Account Manager, you can see your account activity, add services, and pay your bills online, all in one place. So that's Kirk's world. For everybody who's not Kirk, if ATT.com can deliver online control to him, it can do the same for you. Switch to the new AT&T at ATT.com, and you'll be in the driver's seat, as long as you're not riding with Kirk. SBC is now the new AT&T. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxi-level charges and federal universal service cost recovery extra. High-speed internet will credit applied after 3 months paid service and excludes FUSF cost recovery and other fees. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com for proper details. Not available in all areas.
Ty Boykin is elected to go to Rich Thompson here in the 7th inning. Rare to see a closer come on in the 7th, but Thompson not protecting a lead. He's trying to keep it a 5-run deficit for the Travs. Thompson relieved Tim Bittner. Bittner in 2 innings allowed 3 hits, 3 walks, struck out 5. As of now, 3 runs have scored against Bittner, all earned. And he is responsible for Jordan Zarnicki, the man he leaves aboard after the 2-out walk. Thompson has been the top Traveler reliever this year. 4 saves, 1 win, no losses. Allowing a 151 batting average against and a 2.45 ERA. Judge Sigpen is the batter he'll face, and he missed outside with a slider for ball 1. Thompson last pitched Game 2 Saturday, saving the Travelers' win with a scoreless 7th inning. Here's a 1-0. A strike down the middle, 1-1. Yesterday, Thompson was available for closer duty in the 8th inning, but Ty Boykin instead elected to go to Bill Edwards. And he tried to have Edwards set it up. 1-1 to Thigpen, swing and a miss, strike 2. Edwards, however, gave up 3 runs, and the Travs do not use Thompson until today. And instead of him pitching with a lead, he's pitching with a 5-run deficit. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Thigpen. Runner goes. Pitch is swung on and missed, and Thompson strikes him out. 15th strikeout for Thompson of the season, and that ends the 7th inning. The Drillers get no runs, no hits. They leave a man aboard. 7 innings complete. We'll go to the 8th. Tulsa 9, Arkansas 4. This is Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride. Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
Liberal progressive radio. It's kind of like a dream come true. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDX North Little Rock.
Top of the 8th, Travs coming to the plate trailing by 5. Drillers 9, Travelers 4. This is Phil Elson alongside you on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. Travs have trailed ever since the 2nd inning after taking a 2-0 lead. Second to last chance for the Travs. It'll be Matt Pauley standing in to lead it off. Gentry Beckstead back on the mound, 3rd inning of work. Pauley swings, hard ground ball to second base. Scooping up Bernier down to his knees, and he'll throw to first for the out. Pauley retired, and he's 1 for 4. Here's Devin Day. Devin's been on base 2 times. Walked in the second and in the sixth. Struck out in inning number 4. We're in the 8th now. Trav is down to the last 5 outs of the series. Here's the pitch. And it's a strike today on the inside corner. Beckstead has given up 1 run on 1 hit. He's walked 2, struck out nobody. Right-hander from the stretch. Here's the 0-1. Another ground ball to second base. More routine for Bernier. Hits to first, and he's handled both outs of the inning. Top of the order now in Dwayne Bacon. Bacon has collected 2 hits. Drove in a pair of runs with a double in the second. He's 2 for 4 and reached on an error his last time up. Was given credit for the RBI in the 6th. So 3 runs batted in for Dwayne today. 9-4, the Drillers, top 8. 2 outs, Bacon batting left-handed. Beckstead to the plate, and he'll fire a strike on the outside corner. Morillo in line for the win for the Drillers. Struck out 9 and 5 1/3. Rafael Rodríguez, the pitcher of record for Arkansas. Bacon bunts, foul. New ball come in for the pitcher. Attendance has been announced at 7,008. And only a couple thousand left at Driller Stadium as it has cooled down. Beckstead ready, the 0-2. Bacon swings and misses and becomes the 10th Traveler strikeout victim of the night. A perfect 8th inning thrown by Gentry Beckstead. So we'll go to the bottom of the 8th and the last chance for the Tulsa Drillers. Drillers 9, Travelers 4 on Air America Little Rock 1380.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Drillers send Doug Bernier to lead off the 8th inning. Tulsa has a 9-4 lead over the Arkansas Travelers. Travs haven't scored since the 6th inning. Drillers last scored in the 6th. Bernier has been at the plate 3 times, scoring twice, 2 walks, 1 fly out, and he fouls Rich Thompson's first pitch back for strike 1. Travs led 2-0 after the top of the 2nd. Dwayne Bacon hit a 2-run double. The Traveler starter Rafael Rodríguez unable to hold the lead for a half inning. Gave up 3 runs in the 2nd. Seth Smith a 3-run double. Pitch popped up, out of play, strike 2. Drillers started to pull away in the 3rd inning. Rodríguez walked Ian Stewart, and then Iannetta hit a 2-run homer to center. So the Drillers had a 5-2 lead after the first 3 innings. Here's Thompson's 0-2, and Bernier takes ball 1 low. Drillers put up 2 more runs in the 5th inning, 1 charge to Rodriguez, 1 to Bittner. Rodriguez left after allowing a double and then striking out Ian Stewart. Thompson winds up the 1-2 pitch. Low again, 2-2. Bittner came on after the strikeout of Stewart, walked Chris Iannetta, then allowed an RBI single to Koshansky. And Jordan Zarnicki cracked an RBI double. So the Drillers led 7-2 after the 4th, after the 5th. There's a pitch fouled back by Bernier, still 2-2. Trav scored their last 2 runs in the 6th inning. Jason Espedo hit an RBI single, scoring Bobby Wilson, who had doubled. Wayne Bacon reached on an error by the first baseman with the bases loaded. Thompson missed outside, ball 3. And then the Drillers got a 2-run homer from Tulowitzki in the 6th and made it 9-4. 3-2 pitch. High fly ball by Bernier, right field. Pauly drifting back, easy can of corn, and there's 1 away. Wouldn't expect to see Manuel Corpus come out for the Drillers. He closed yesterday's game and is the closer for Tulsa. You're going to hear at Driller Stadium, you can't see the bullpen, so you never know if anyone's warming up. Here's Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki is grounded out, walked twice, and homered. There's a pop-up out of play over the first base side. Strike 1. Nine to 4, the Drillers by 5. Thompson's 0-1 on the way. Tulowitzki let a slider go outside and held back on the check swing. 1-1 the count. Pitch on the way from Thompson. Slider outside again, ball 2. Count 2-1. Seth Smith on deck for the Drillers. Here's a pitch. Fouled off the catcher. 2 balls, 2 strikes. New set of balls run out to the plate umpire. Thompson trying to keep this a 5-run game. Travs will start with Aaron Peel, the number 2 hitter in the 9th inning, then Brandon Wood and Matt Brown. They'll need at least 5 runs to tie. But Thompson has to get through the rest of the 8th. Here's the 2-2. Tulowitzki swings and misses at a high fastball. Seemed to make up his mind a little bit too late, and it cost him an at-bat. Thompson has struck out 2 of the 3 batters he's faced, and with 16 strikeouts on the season now in 23 innings. 2 outs, Smith standing in. Smith has collected 3 hits in this series. A home run, a solo homer, a grand slam, and today a 3-run double. Hits low to the left-hand batter, ball 1. So Smith with 3 hits in the series and 8 RBIs off those 3 base hits. So now he's 1 for 4. Struck out his last time up. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, line drive into center field for a base hit. Heads to left center. Bacon over to cut it off, and he wants a double. He's going to get it. Bacon bobbled it out there in left center field, and it's an easy 2-bagger for Smith. There's the Drillers' 10th base hit. Their 7th that goes for extra bases. And Smith collects his 2nd double of the night and his 12th on the year. Now it's Joe Gaetti standing in. Gaetti is 1 for 3. Pair of strikeouts, a double, and a walk. And he jammed on the pitch, but tops it into the first base seat for strike 1. Drillers get to 10 hits for the 2nd game in this series. A balk has been called on Thompson by the third base umpire. And he points Smith over to third base. Just the second balk by a Traveler pitcher this year. And the other had gone to James Holcomb, so runner at third, 2 outs. And the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss by Gaetti, strike 2. Pitch on the way. Off the plate, a little outside. Ball 1. 1-2 to count to Gaetti. 9-4, Drillers in front. They have led ever since the second inning. Travs threatened to tie the game in the 6th. Well, they left the bases loaded. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. In the dirt, but blocked by Wilson. Steps inside the line, flips to first base for the out. And that'll complete the 8th inning. Rich Thompson strikes out 3 in just an inning and a third. The Drillers do not score in the 8th. They got 1 base hit and leave a man on. Last chance for the Travs. We'll go to the 9th inning. Tulsa 9, Arkansas 4 on Air America Little Rock 1380.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Last chance for the Travs. Either they score 5 runs here in the 9th inning or they'll fall to 1-9 against the Tulsa Drillers. 9-4 Tulsa in front. Travelers record 14-22 have already slid into last place behind Wichita by 1 full game. A loss tonight means the Travs will fall into last place by a game and a half. Aaron Peel leads off. Josh Newman is the new pitcher for the Drillers. Newman, a left-hander from Wheelersburg, Ohio, stands 6'1", weighs 210. And replaces Gentry Beckstad, the right-hander, went 2 2/3, surrendering 2 walks, 1 hit, and 1 run. Peel takes the first pitch for strike 1 on the inside corner. Aaron was hit by a pitch in the first, but has struck out twice and popped up since. He's 0 for 3. Newman from the windup. The 0-1 to Peel is popped up on the infield. Right side, Koshansky pointing to the sky. Second baseman Bernier sees it and makes the catch. 1 away in the 9th inning. Newman, 18th appearance of the season. Tied him with his own teammate Manuel Corpus for the league-leading games pitched. An effective 1-0 record, a 2.42 ERA. Batters hitting just 133 against Newman. He has struck out 30 in 22 2/3. Pitched to Brandon Wood as a strike. Wood's had a tough day. 0 for 4 at the plate, 2 strikeouts, and left the bases loaded in the 6th inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swings and misses at a changeup, strike 2. Juan Morillo started for the Drillers, went 5 1/3, struck out 9, gave up 3 runs, but just 1 earned. Here's the 0-2 to Wood. high and inside, ball one. Gentry Beckstead took it from the 6th inning until the last of the 8th. And Newman in a non-closing situation. Pitch to Wood, swing and a miss. Another change-up, and that's Wood's 3rd strikeout of the game. He finishes 0 for 5. Matt Brown will come up next. 2 outs, nobody on. 11 Travelers strikeouts today. There's one area where the Travelers offense does struggle. They have now struck out 290 times on the year, leading the league. Brown will fly to shallow right. Bernier, the second baseman, calling it. He makes the catch. And a 1-2-3 ninth inning closes out the Trav series here in Tulsa. The Drillers win 9-4, and now Tulsa takes the 5-game series 4 games to 1. The Drillers in the first half of the season are an amazing 9-1 against the Arkansas Travelers. Winning pitcher is Juan Morillo. The loss goes to Rafael Rodríguez. The Travs fall to 14-23, and the Drillers move to 21-17. Coming up next, we'll have the Allstate Insurance postgame report and the totals next on Air America Little Rock 1380.
Back on April 13th, 1932, the Arkansas Travelers opened their brand-new ballpark to thousands of breathless spectators. In Raywinder Field 74 years as home of the Travs, it's been a breeding ground for big league talent. We've seen young men develop from fledgling minor leaguer to World Series hero and experience the highs of 9 league championships. Almost 9 million fans have spun through its turnstiles. It's where we introduced our kids to the great game of baseball. We've brought dates to the bleachers and sat through rain delays with friends. We've grown up and grown older at Raywinder Field. This is our ballpark. The Travs' new home, Dickey Stevens Park, will be ready by April 2007, and the team's future is bright. But Raywinder Field has been a part of the fabric of life in Arkansas for 3/4 of a century. During the Travs' 2006 season, it's our chance to say goodbye to an old friend. Call 664-1555 or go to Travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with Deductible Reward. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Dan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
It's time now for the Allstate Insurance post-game show. Once again, here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Travs take a loss 9-4 tonight at the hands of the Tulsa Drillers. And the Drillers win 4 of the 5 games in this series. Tulsa has now won 9 of 10 meetings between these two teams, and they've completely dominated the Arkansas Travelers, especially over the course of of this series. Travelers had a lead going into the 8th inning yesterday, lose that one, and then after taking a 2-0 lead in the 2nd inning today, the Travs fall anyway, and Tulsa scored 9 of the last 11 runs in this ball game. Phil Elson with you as we go down the unofficial final totals. The Travelers scored 4 runs on 6 hits with no errors. They left 9. Tulsa's totals, 9 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, and 6 men left. Winning pitcher Juan Morillo goes to 4-2. The loss goes to Rafael Rodríguez, his record 0-2. 2 homers in the game, both by the Drillers, paired 2-run shots. Chris Iannetta hit his 5th. Troy Tulowitzki, number 3. Game was played in front of 7,008. 2 hours, 50 minutes from first pitch to last pitch. Tulsa now 21-17. Travs fall to 14-23. Arkansas got ahead in the 2nd inning against the starter Morillo. After a couple of outs, Matt Pauley had been at first base. Evan Day took a base on balls. Dwayne Bacon followed with a double into the right field corner, making it 2-0. But Rafael Rodríguez could not hold that lead at all. After 2 outs in the 2nd inning, gave up a triple to Judge Thigpen, then walked the bases loaded, and Seth Smith cleared them with a triple into right field. Smith finished this series with 8 runs batted in on only 4 base hits. 3-2 Tulsa after the 2nd inning. And then in the 3rd, Rodríguez issued a leadoff walk to Ian Stewart. Chris Iannetta then smacked the ball at a dead center field, a 2-run homer, his 5th of the year, and the Drillers off and running a 5-2 lead. Rodríguez remained on the game until the 5th, allowing the leadoff double to Joe Gaetti. Then after a strikeout of Ian Stewart, Rodríguez was pulled in favor of Tim Bittner. Bittner walked Chris Iannetta, followed by an RBI single from Joe Koshansky. Koshansky be thrown out trying to get into second base on the throw to the plate. Then Jordan Zarnicki's double down the left field line scored Iannetta. And the Drillers had a 7-2 lead. Travelers made some noise in the 5th inning, getting Dwayne Bacon to third base with only 1 out. Bacon had singled, stolen his way to third, but Brandon Wood popped up with 1 away. Matt Brown then flied out. Then in the 6th inning, the Travs actually had a chance to tie the game against Morillo. A 1-out double by Bobby Wilson, and Morillo was pulled for Gentry Beckstead. Jason Espedo singled to right field, scoring Wilson. And then the Travelers loaded the bases. Matt Pauley singled. Devin Day took a base on balls. Dwayne Bacon followed with a chopper underneath the glove of the first baseman Koshansky for an error, and that scored Espedo on the play. Put the tying run aboard. It was at that point 7-3 Drillers. But Aaron Peel popped up with the bases loaded to the shortstop, and Brandon Wood grounded out to third, ending the threat, and the Travelers wouldn't get another base hit the rest of the way. Tulsa finished off the scoring in the 6th inning. A 2-run homer hit by Troy Tulowitzki to center field off of Tim Bittner. Tulowitzki's 3rd of the year, and that finished the scoring 9-4. Tulsa picks up the win. Check out the Texas League scores after these words, along with the Major League scores, on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better, all because two great companies that you know and trust, have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SBC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with products and services to keep you connected to work, home, to life. Introducing the new AT&T, your world, delivered.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back on Air America 1380. Travelers fall here by a final score of 9-4 against the Tulsa Drillers. One other game in progress in the Texas League, Midland and Corpus Christi in a real pitchers duel, 0-0 after 10 innings of play. So they're going to go into the 11th with a scoreless ball game. Folks trying to sweep Midland. They've won 7 in a row. Rockhounds have dropped 4 straight. And a win by Corpus Christi would mean the Hooks would be a 4.5-game lead over the Rockhounds in the South Division. 2 afternoon games final today. Wichita finished off Springfield 11-5, 4 straight wins for the Wranglers over the Cardinals. Junior Herndon picked up his 3rd win. Chris Lambert falls to 2-4 with the loss. 2 homers for the Cardinals. Rico Washington hit his 7th. Former Wrangler Josh Presley, now a part of the Springfield team, hit his first home run as a Cardinal. Wichita got a homer from Donnie Murphy, his 5th of the year. So the Cardinals fall to 21-15. Tulsa now at 21-17. The Drillers just a game out. Meanwhile, Wichita also picks up a game, and the Drillers are just 6 games out at 16-22. Travelers, 7.5 games out at first, and 1.5 games in last place. South Division battle, afternoon time in San Antonio. Missions took a 2-0 lead into the 9th inning. Frisco scores 3 in the 9th, and the Rough Riders win it 3-2. Touche got the win. John Huber belows the save, drops to 0-2. Wes Littleton saved his second, and Jason Bourgeois of the Missions for the game's only home run. Over to the major leagues now, currently in progress. Only one game is delayed. St. Louis and the Mets are delayed because of rain in the 7th. 4-3 Mets at the moment. Jose Reyes has hit a home run, his 3rd. San Diego trailing Arizona in the bottom of the 5th by a 1-0 score. In the American League, the Angels out to a 3-0 lead over Toronto in the top of the 4th. Vladimir Guerrero hit his 10th home run of the season. And the Oakland A's on the strength of a 5-run 3rd inning. A's 6, Seattle 1, bottom of the 4th in Oakland. Adam Melhuse hit his 3rd homer of the year. Final scores now, the Giants crush Houston 14-3, but Barry Bonds fails to hit that 714th home run. Broke out of his slump, however, with 2-for-4 effort, including 3 runs scored and 1 run batted in. Home runs for the Giants came from, Pedro Feliz, his 8th of the year. Wright the winner, Rodriguez the loser. Morgan Ensberg went deep for the Astros, his 13th. Chicago Cubs shut out Washington 4-0 on 4 hits. Carlos Zambrano picks up his 2nd win, while Livan Hernandez falls to 1-5. The Milwaukee Brewers 3-2 winners over the Philadelphia Phillies. That'll put Milwaukee at a game over 500, and the Phils a rare loss. Derek Turnbow the winner. He's 1-1. Ryan Franklin takes the loss, and he is 1-3. The 11-inning duel in Atlanta. The Marlins had a 1-run lead going into the bottom of the 11th, but the Braves answer with 2, and Atlanta wins 4-3. McBride the winner, Borowski the loss. Home runs for the Braves from Diaz and Jeff Brancourt. Pittsburgh over the Cincinnati Reds 9-3, and Paul Maholm the winning pitcher 2-4. Aaron Harang takes the loss. He's 5-2. 2 homers for the Reds by Lopez and Ross. Over to the American League now, at Boston squeaking out a 6-5 win at Baltimore. Kurt Schilling picks up his 6th win, but he had also blown a 3-run lead. Jonathan Papelbon saved his 14th of the year. Williams, the loser for the Birds, drops to 1-1. There were 5 homers in the game, 2 by the Red Sox, Manny Ramirez and Trot Nixon. Orioles had homers from Fahey, Jay Gibbons, and Ramon Hernandez. Cleveland snaps their losing streak with a 3-run bottom of the 9th, defeating Kansas City 6-4. Kansas City's Ambiori Burgos blows the save and drops to 1-2 with the loss. Kane Davis the winner, is 2-1. 3 homers for the Indians, Casey Blake, Travis Hafner, and Grady Sizemore. Hafner, of course, a former driller. Matt Stairs went deep for Kansas City. Detroit a winner over Minnesota today, 7-4, with Chris Shelton's 3-run double, sparking a 5-run 3rd inning. 5th straight win for the Tigers. Nate Robertson the win is 4-2. Kyle Loge is 2-4 with the loss. Todd Jones saved his 10th. Wild game at Yankee Stadium. The Yankees pull out a 14-13 win over the Texas Rangers in a game where the Rangers led 9-0 after the top of the 2nd. Rangers also carried a 1-run lead into the bottom of the 9th, and the Yankees pull out 2 runs and win anyway. Mariano Rivera picks up the victory. Antonio Otsuka blows the save and is the losing pitcher. 2 homers by the Yankees, Derek Jeter and Jorge Posada. Brad Wilkerson and Hank Blaylock home runs for the Rangers. Our last final coming out of Tampa Bay, where the Devil Rays were winners over the White Sox 10-7. Scott Kazmir, the winner, is 6-2. Walker saved his 6th. McCarthy, the loser, 2-2. 2 homers for the White Sox. Jim Thome, his American League leading 16th. Paul Konerko hit his 9th. 2 homers for the Devil Rays, Toby Hall and Ty Wigginton. One game I'd forgotten to tell you about here, the Colorado Rockies winners over the Dodgers 5-1. Kim, the winner, is 2-1, while Derek Lowe falls to 1-3. Brad Hoff hit his 10th home run of the season. The former driller knocked in 4. Those are the scores from the major leagues. In the Texas League, And it's on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Southwest Airlines is the official airline of the Arkansas Travelers, and you can find them online at southwest.com. Final score at Driller Stadium tonight, Tulsa over the Travs 9-4. We'll wrap it up and set up tomorrow's game against Springfield after this on Air America Little Rock 1380.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now, Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discount you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northwood, Illinois.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Monday. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Official final totals now at Driller Stadium. Arkansas today, 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They stranded 9. And the Drillers with 9 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors, and 6 men left. Winning pitcher Juan Morillo strikes out 9 and 5 in the third, goes to 4 and 2. Rafael Rodríguez walked 5, struck out 3, gave up 6 runs on 6 hits and 4 in the third. And Rafi falls to 0-2. His ERA balloons to 10.72. No save in the game. 2 hours, 50 minutes from first pitch to last pitch, and those who paid to see it numbered 7,008. So the Drillers win it 9-4, and Tulsa wins 4 of 5 games in this series. Travs now drop to 1-9 against the Drillers in the 2006 season. Travs firmly in last place at 14-23 right now, 7.5 games out of first, and 1.5 games out of third. Drillers, meanwhile, just a game behind Springfield for first in the Texas League North. Naming the BC Powder Player of the Game today, you have to go with Juan Morillo, at least one of them. Morillo strikes out 9, a new season high, 5 in the third, wins his second game against the Travs in 2 tries. Seth Smith will get an honorable mention for finishing 2 for 5 with 3 runs batted in, and we'll also give Dwayne Bacon an honorable mention for going 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs for the Travs. But the BC Powder Player of the Game today is Tulsa right-hander Juan Morillo. BC Powder is the official pain reliever of the Arkansas Travelers. BC gets into your system fast, and BC goes to work fast. It's headaches, backaches, muscle pain. Nothing works faster than BC. Use as directed. Next up for the Travs, a 5-game series with the Springfield Cardinals. Springfield comes to town tomorrow, and these teams had split a 4-game set at Hammons Field over the first 4 games of this season. Pitching matchup tomorrow night at Rawinder Field features Chris Hunter, coming off the disabled list for the Travs. Had a shoulder problem. He's 1-2 with a 7.50 ERA. And pitching for the Drillers is right-hander Stu Pomerantz. Pomerantz 4-0 and a 3.38 earned run average, one of the top pitchers in the league here in the early going. If you're looking for a discount ticket for tomorrow's game, you can pick it up anywhere Ready Ice is sold in the Pulaski County area. Bring it to the ballpark and get in for just $3. First pitch 7:10. Gates will open at 6:10, and we'll have our coverage beginning at 6:50 with the ITT Tech pregame show. I hope you join us for that game. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to tonight. We'd like to also thank back at the studios Matt Alderman and Lindsey Floyd. Thanks to the folks at minorleaguebaseball.com getting us on the air. And most importantly, thank you fans for tuning in to this baseball broadcast. Bill Elson once again with the final score, the Tulsa Drillers 9 and the Arkansas Travelers 4. Folks, don't forget, it is only a game. We'll talk Traveler baseball again tomorrow night.
Today's game has been brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. You've been listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.